it downloaded and ready with 2 minutes to spare.
That's what we
Oh
need.
my God, yes. Every site was down. I don't know what was going on.
YouTube's starting to wise up, I guess.
Yeah.
I always thought Perez Hilton was related to Paris Hilton.
Who?
Perez Hilton. He does like, he's just in drama all the time for no reason. And he like reports on Hollywood stuff.
It sounds like they are related.
They're not.
Basically, share the same last name. At some point, that Gino, she's there. You're not buying a shirt. You're not.
You might use my cat. I have a real dog. Well, guess again, say the same. I didn't mean it like that. Not maybe cookies.
Even ones are good. They're all the good, like, chewy cookies.
That's what I'm getting.
Is that? I don't think it said it. I'm definitely asking Ben. I want to know. I need to know the cookies. Great, that sheriff. God, I fucking hate him. He's so weird.
Man, it just doesn't sound that loud in here, but I can't tell. It feels like it's really loud out there.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess this glass buffers it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it bad if I go cookie before sandwich?
Oh, I did.
Not at all.
Did you?
I went
Okay,
full
good.
cookie. They're really, really good.
You made me feel better.
Yeah.
Okay, Sam. Good, buddy. How you doing? Feel good? Should be.
I respect it if you don't want to hear it. Just come and hang out, man.
You can start pulling hard enough. You've been working out lately.
I got tools that can bring that back. You got the sandwiches kicking, man?
Yeah.
You're on it.
Well, good evening, Panther fans, and welcome to tonight's edition of the Prime Star Home Health Coaches Show. I'm Ben Hackler here with head coach Lee Doty of the Sterlington Panthers. Coach, how you feeling tonight?
Yeah, doing good, man. Appreciate you guys having me.
Well, it's good to have you back. Coach had a miss last week, and me and Anna did the best we could. But
I heard it was great.
but always good to have you here to talk a little football tonight. And, Coach, we've got some things we want to get through. We're going to talk about the Neville game. We're going to talk about Richwood this weekend. But you just finished your non-district schedule, and I think a lot of people have been asking you, I've heard them ask you and have been asking us, where we are in terms of size of school and what the future looks like for Sterlington playing in 3A and when that might happen of us moving up, moving out. Any thoughts or any kind of thing you can tell folks as far as like what the future looks like as far as where we might be in the next 4 or 5 years?
Well, I mean, they probably know as much as I do about it. So, our numbers, I think we turned in only 16 more this time than we did 2 years ago. Our growth is going to be the elementary school and the middle school, when that happens. I believe we'll stay where we are, possibly 2 more years. I'll say this, we'll be 3A. I don't know if that means we'll play in Division 3 or Division 2 in the playoffs, but I think we'll be 3A, and I think we'll be well under that 4A number. But, I don't really know. I mean, there's nothing coming out from Baton Rouge about it. The people that know don't
really know.
So, we're just all kind of sitting around, we'd love to know so we can go ahead and schedule, and try and get this thing rolling for the next season. But I can't really tell you anything official or even anything I've heard because I've heard nothing. But, our numbers are only 16 more this time than it was last time. Now, the next time it's going to be a good bit more, and then the next time it'll be a good bit more.
Steady growth.
And I'm sure that this will be the last cycle that we'll be in 3A. I can tell you that.
Yeah. Like I said, several folks have just asked, and it's kind of an ongoing conversation, so I thought, let me just ask the guy that might know.
Yeah.
You sound like the rest of us.
Right.
Well, Coach, tonight, before we jump into the Neville game, we do want to recognize one senior who will be our team captain this Friday night against Richwood. And, Coach, who is that?
Well, he was our team captain last week against Neville. Chris Pearson, come on down, man. Chris served as our captain last week, and Chris plays tight end for us, also plays basketball. Tremendous student, tremendous citizen, just such a good guy. I think there's nobody in our school that say anything bad about Chris Pearson. And just glad he's part of our team, and he represents us great, on and off the fields, on and off the courts, and couldn't be happier with this guy right here. So glad to have him, and he was our captain last week. Let's give Chris Pearson a hand.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Chris.
All right, well, Coach, let's talk about the Neville Tiger game. A game the Panthers come up short against the Tigers, 28-21. Haven't had a few days now to kind of look back at the film. And before we get into specifics, just give me some initial thoughts as you look back on Friday night.
Well, I think, first of all, I'm so proud of our kids. I'm proud of our coaching staff. I'm just so proud of how we competed. I'm so proud of how we prepared that week. Our kids played with no fear, and I think that was great. Going on the road against a 5A team, they have twice the numbers we do, and just being in that environment is good for our kids. And the outcome wasn't what we wanted, but I think we've proved here 2 out of the last 3 weeks, we can play with anybody. And so, that's kind of what we've been trying to do is play these bigger schools and kind of get used to the competitions and the environment. But I won't take anything away from our kids, how they competed. And, that week leading up to that game, you could tell our kids were extremely confident that they could go there and compete. There was no fear. And I think we've turned that corner now. And so, like I said, 4A, 5A, whatever, I think we can compete with anybody. And just extremely proud of our kids.
Yeah, well, Coach, as you said that, I was looking back last year when we had the same conversation after the game against Neville last year. One of the things you had said going into the Neville game was that it was really a week that our kids needed to grow up and quit using being young as an excuse. And it sounds like this year that wasn't an issue at all.
No, I mean, our guys, we grew up, when you play in Evangel and Ash and, and then Tioga, which is going to end up being a great win for us because, those guys may not lose another game, so they may end up being 8-2, 9-1. So the PowerPoint's off of that. And then, Washita comes in, and this is their best team in years. And, you know, we held our own. You know,
Right.
we've competed. And, you know, if we played Ash again, you know, that would be a lot more competitive than it was in the Jamboree. So just proud of our kids. And but I think we're a lot further ahead than we were last year at this time. We came out of this 3-2 and, you know, pretty healthy. You know, we're banged up, bruised up like everybody else is. But we feel really good about our football team, and just know that if we can stop making some of the mistakes that we make and just do some of the fundamental things that we're not really doing really good right now, we're going to be a hard team to deal with.
Yeah. Well, Coach, you guys fall behind in the game again. You fall behind 14-0, and I think there were a few folks who were kind of like, uh-oh, this might be a troublesome night. But you guys rallied back in my halftime. It's a tie ball game. You go into the half tied. What was it for your team? Was there something that was said, or was it a leadership moment where somebody said, hey, it's not over yet? Because you rally back and you don't let them get the momentum going into the half.
Well, our kids don't ever think we're out of the game, and I think that's just a thing that's been built in over the several years, you know, the culture. We just don't think we're ever out of the game. You know, the main thing was says don't quit playing, something good's going to happen. And, you know, we had some good things that happened to us. Some of them we took advantage of, some of them we didn't. But the rally cry was don't quit.
Yeah.
You know, keep playing hard and something good's going to happen. And I tell them before every game something bad's going to happen too, you know. But we're a good enough football team to overcome it, and I think we proved that in the first half.
Yeah, well, offensively, it seemed like the scheme was to attack on the edges. You ran a lot of the pitch, a lot of the reads off the edges. Was that the approach going in, and what had you guys seen that you thought maybe we'd get some success on the edges?
Well, their two best football players play on the edge. You know, those two strong safeties, that's the two best football players on that football team. And, you know, we worked on double teaming them guys in practice all week with our wide sweeps and those type of things. And we did a good job of mixing it up and getting on those guys and staying on those guys. And, you know, our running backs ain't bad either.
Not at all.
If we can get outside, we got some speed, you know, to get to the edge. And it just, man, they had it crammed up in there, you know, from tackle to tackle. There just wasn't a whole lot of anything in there. Those guys are big and fast and strong on that defensive line, and they kind of, you know, it was tough to get any movement in there. So, you know, the plan was to try to get outside, and we did a good job.
Well, Coach, the other thing that kind of emerged in this game was that the passing game, really, especially in the first half and then in the second half, you kind of got put into some positions where you had to throw. And we saw big catches by Downs and by Park Smith. And it really kind of seemed to spark your offense with some plays. The play going into the half will be one I think we're going to look back on and say, hey, that was a play that was actually a big play where a guy stepped up. Park Smith goes up in the end zone and takes the ball really away from two defenders. Talk about that moment and kind of what it meant for the sideline to see that play made.
I mean, you know, I think this is my 9th year here. For 9 years we've been looking for somebody that'll go high point to football. And, you know, it happened the other night. So it was good to see. You know, we've had some big, good receivers, but, you know, going into a game like this and, you know, you needed somebody to make a play. And, you know, that was the first time we've made a play like that in a long time. So that was great to see. As far as throwing the football, you know, I think, let's see, J-Rob had 3 touchdown passes last week. The week before he had 2 this time. I mean, he can throw the football.
Yeah.
You know, if we can protect him, we're going to continue to do that because you got Park Smith, you got Downs, I mean, you got Hickman, you got Noah. I mean, you know, Cullen Barnett has great hands, so we got guys to get the ball too. So that's going to continue to evolve, and we're excited about it.
Well, Coach, and really for our offense, which is a run-based scheme, I don't think there's any way for anybody to look at us and say, hey, they're not a run-based team. But to be able to have those guys on the edge that can catch the football, go get it, and even now beginning to take the top off of some defenses, how does that help your play calling on the sidelines?
Well, I think it helps tremendously because, you know, in years past, nobody's really respected it.
Right.
Even though we've had some guys, you know, but now we're actually calling it, and, you know, it's happening, and now 6 yards or something. So, you know, we held them guys to 3 yards of carry. I just thought that was outstanding. You know, Connor Justice, he'll be our player of the week this week on defense. We'll see him in a minute, but played really good. You know, his fits were really good. Our defensive linemen did their job to allow him to do his job. And, you know, we did a whole lot better. Kate Hollingsworth played really good as well, you know, coming up and fitting and making some big tackles for us. So, we're good right there. I mean, we're getting better. And I just thought our run defense was good. We still had some breakdowns in the secondary. I don't know if you noticed this. We have trouble with 6'4" receivers. And it seems like everybody's got one.
Yeah.
So, that guy's a good receiver and made some plays for us. We had a busted coverage on one play, but, it was 3 plays in that game defensively that really hurt us. But other than that, I thought we went toe-to-toe with them.
Yeah. Yeah, I think William and I even mentioned on the air Friday night that really the secondary is really beginning to kind of find their own. You're getting some guys back, but you've got about 6 guys back there right now that can contribute and that are making plays. I thought Keenan Green coming downhill against the run game was probably the strongest I'd seen him look all year.
Well, I mean, he's got a little confidence now. And, when you go into a place like that and you play good, you start feeling good. And, when you play good, you feel good, and you feel like you look good, you're going to go out and then you're going to start making plays. And we got to turn it up a little bit more there to make this run that I think we can make. We get better there, then we're going to be pretty daggum hard to beat.
Yeah, well, Coach, the game goes down to the fourth quarter, and you had said all week long we've got to get to the fourth quarter. And it goes to the fourth quarter, and you guys are down 28-14. You punch it in, 28-21. Great onside kick. That ball bounced just like you thought it would. And you guys recover it back, 3:01 left in the fourth quarter. And I just wanted to ask you this one question. So there's a couple of schools of thoughts on what teams do after a quick turnover like that or in that moment. With 3 minutes on the clock, I think you still had one timeout at least in your pocket. But the schools of thought are, one, you run your basic offense, and let's just see what happens. Kind of run the clock down, try to score with as little time as possible. The other school of thought is to take the shot real quickly and kind of catch them off guard. What goes into making that decision for you guys on the sideline?
Well, I think we felt really good. We're getting some pass interference calls. Devin was killing them out there, and they were basically tackling him on the line. And, if you can get a free 15 yards, you do it. We broke down in protection there. And, looking back, maybe we should have just kept trying to run the ball and get down there and, get it to where we can take a couple shots at the end. But, for me, I told the kids all week, let's get it in the fourth quarter and give us a chance at the end of the game. Same thing I told them against Ouachita. They did exactly what we asked them to do. And we just we weren't able to complete the passes. I think maybe we'd be better off throwing it on the edge instead of over the middle. I think we've learned that lesson. That's twice. We threw it over the middle and got picked. So, we worked today some 2-minute stuff and, working the edges and stuff like that. But it's still a learning experience for us. And, I look at this, the first 5 games of the year is almost like preseason.
Right.
We're just start district, and, we're going to play 10 more weeks of football now. We're going to go through week 15. And we'll look back at that drive right there and the one against Ouachita and say, what should we have done different?
Yeah.
And if it would have been easy, then we'd say, well, we're so good we ain't got to work on it. So, it's all going to work out week 15. You
Absolutely.
know what I mean? Week 15.
That's it, just trying to get to the end. Win the last one.
Yes, sir.
Well, Coach, let's talk about those players of the game brought to us by First Security Title of Monroe. Your offensive player of the game is?
J-Rob Breen. J-Rob, come on up here. I thought J-Rob did a great job. He led us in passing, of course, and also led us in rushing. And the last 2 games out, he's had really good stats throwing the football, 5 touchdowns in 2 games. And I don't know how many times that's happened at Sterlington, but it hadn't been very many. But, he's doing a good job. Lots of pressure on him, and he's handling it well. He also came back. We thought he broke his hand, but he came back in the next series and played, just like we always expected him to. He's a tough guy. We're proud of him. But our offensive player of the game is J-Rob Breen. Appreciate you, J-Rob.
You start, Coach.
All right, Coach. Well, who is your defensive player of the game?
Well, defensive player is Connor Justice. Come on up. We talked about him earlier today. Connor, he's already been on the show one time, talked about how proud we are of him, what a fine young man he is. Had a great game the other night. Going to be in one of the academies. I've mentioned that before, but so happy about that. Just a great young man, fiery defensive football player, you know. Also plays catcher on the baseball team. You got to be pretty tough to do that too. So, but our defensive player of the game is Connor Justice. Appreciate you.
Congratulations, Connor. He did have on his Air Force shirt tonight, Coach.
That's
I noticed
right.
that.
We're rooting for the Air Force Academy
Here we
around our house.
Well, Panther fans, we're going to take a quick 60-second break, and we'll be back with more of the Coach's Show in just a moment.
Choose Prime Star Home Health. We'll provide the best care for your patient or loved one, from managing chronic conditions to wound care and therapy. We specialize in a wide range of services. Prime Star Home Health. We have the skill to heal and the spirit to care. Choose Prime Star Home Health. We'll provide the best care for your patient or loved one, from managing chronic conditions to wound care and therapy. We specialize in a wide range of services. Prime Star Home Health. We have the skill to heal and the spirit to care.
Marion State Bank. Rooted in education and athletics, Marion State Bank is committed to investing in the future through scholarships, sponsorships, and community support. We're empowering students and athletes to dream big and achieve more, because their success is our success. Investing in our future, supporting education and athletics. Marion State Bank, rooted in community, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Panther fans, we're back here at the Prime Star Home Health Coach's Show. And, Coach, this week, back at home at the Dale Ashley Field to take on the Richwood Rams. We talked briefly a moment ago. You sit at 3-2 after this, again, another challenging non-district schedule. But as you begin to head into the district play, how are you feeling and kind of what are you looking for the next few weeks?
Well, I mean, you know, we got to play and got to respect our opponent. And we have prepared for Richwood this week just like we prepared for Neville last week. You know, it's homecoming at our place. So, you know, that really hasn't been a big factor the past 2 days. You know, it's been kind of low-key, and I don't think it's been a distraction at all. So you know, a team full of athletes. They look good on the hoof. They're better than they were last year, no doubt. And they can give you some problems if you're not prepared and ready to go. So we've talked all week about, you know, taking care of our homecoming this week. And so looking forward to the game, though, no doubt about it.
Yeah, Coach, I wanted to ask you this because I think last week there was a lot of Panther fans that were like, how in the world do we get picked to be a homecoming opponent by someone like Neville? Now, I said on the air, looking at Neville's schedule, I think I would have chosen us over Ruston. I think if that's my options, I think that's the two. But when it comes to, for a coach, when you're trying to figure out where homecoming is going to fit, you want to be able to celebrate the past and to honor all the things that you've accomplished as a community. But how do you decide which game is going to be your homecoming game?
Well, you know, sometimes you just got to go sit in front of your principal and let her tell you what game it's going to be. Okay. And, you know, that works for me. That way I say, well, that sounds great, you know. And, you know, you don't want it early in the year where all the girls' makeup will melt off of them. And you want it to be a little bit cooler, but you don't really want it at the very end when you're trying to get ready for playoffs. Yeah. So, you know, we had one option, we thought, and you know, it's before fall break too, so that works out really good for us. So, but you know, there's a lot of ladies involved in homecoming, a lot of them, and I have tried to just distance myself from every bit of it. So you know, if this is when they want to have homecoming, I'm all for it. So
so if you were to write a book to young men, this would be a great piece of wisdom.
Stay out of it. Just stay out of it and let them have it when they want to have it, because you know it's going to happen. Every football team has homecoming.
Yeah.
So this is our week.
There it is. Well, Coach, you mentioned the Rams. They do come in at 1-3, and I believe they had a week off last week. And so they come in with 3 losses, but I was going back today and was looking at some of the film and some of the storylines. They've really been in a position in every ball game to be competitive and to be there at the end, to be an opportunity to win. What stands out to you about this year's team versus last year as you look at the film?
You know, I think they have a better offensive line than they did. Their quarterback's got a year under his belt. A big, tall kid, by the way, that can really throw it. Defensively, they play extremely hard for them down there, and you know, they have some special teams that you know, they've always had special teams issues, but this year it looks like they kind of got them straightened out, and you know, they're a well-balanced football team, no doubt. They also had last week off, so any bumps and bruises they have, they're 100% should be over them, and you know, they've been able to work on us for 2 weeks, so we expect a battle.
Coach, when you look at their offense, mentioned the quarterback, receiver-wise, what are we looking at? Tailback, is there familiar guys there? I haven't been able to see a roster yet.
The tailback looks like the ones they've always had, the bowling ball built kid, and hard to tackle. And if he gets a step on us, we're not going to catch him. I'm just going to tell you, he can really run. The quarterback's a big, tall kid. He's got a great arm. They like to throw the short passing game, but they will throw it over the top. They want to run the football. They want to establish that. And, they got a whole bunch of different formations. So we've worked a whole lot on alignment and assignment this week with our defense. But a good-looking football team. I mean, they're definitely going to look the part when they get off the bus.
Well, Coach, for your offense, where do you see some opportunities for us on offense to take advantage?
We're going to just try to do what we do, and we're working this week on getting better at us, cutting down on the penalties, cutting down on having to call timeout to get lined up. We worked extremely hard on that the last 2 days. Just those type of things are what we're working on, and we're going to try to open it up a little bit and get them guys out of the box, because they're going to have 8 in the box and probably try to play man with us or too deep look, and so we've been working hard on some things, and hopefully we'll be able to move the football and put some points on the board.
Well, Coach, for your defense, what do you see as keys defensively for being able to shut down the Ram offense?
Just understanding the formation. Just understanding the formation. This formation is this formation is that, and understanding the formation and what they like to do out of those formations. When you got, 30 of those formations, you got to figure out we're going to treat this one the same as we treat that one.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of board work for the coaches this weekend, and trying to decipher, these are all, we're going to call all these trips, we're going to call all these this and so forth. So, aligning up, alignment and assignment, lining up right and play fast, and let's go see what happens.
Well, Coach, throughout the district, I believe we've got 4 district games in front of us, and correct me if I'm wrong, but basically you'll see a similar offense each of the next 4 weeks, correct?
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see anybody line up.
Yeah, not until you get to
and bring it at us until week 10. So. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I need to.
Well, Coach, as you look at this week,
check.
Oh, I'm hot. What are
hot.
the areas you'd say, hey, these are the areas we've got to improve, and we're going to get to the next level and be able to finish in week 15?
Which one I got
Here are the 3-4 things we've got to make sure we're growing in.
Well, we continue to get better at special teams. I thought we were pretty good the other night, except, on
I am this
kickoff.
one.
But I thought other than that, we were pretty good on special teams. But we got to continue to get better. We've made some changes on our kickoff return, guys. We got some guys back there to catch it. And
am I too loud? Just right.
So we owe it to them to get people that's going to get out there and block.
Check 1, 2, 3.
And,
check 1, 2,
we worked
3.
some on that this week.
1, 2, 3.
Right there's perfect.
All
right,
the
good to go.
opportunities there. We got to keep getting better at special teams. We got to keep getting better at tackling, of course. And we usually do throughout the year. We become a better tackling team. So I'm hoping that history repeats itself. The one good thing last week we didn't fumble. We didn't put the ball on the ground. And we didn't lose one, I should say. So that's good.
Yeah.
Not fumbling ball on the opening drive. That was the first time. The first 5 out of 6 contests we had, we put the ball on the ground the first drive. 5 out of 6 contests. So not doing it last week, even though we didn't score on the first drive, it was a big shot in the arm for us. So, stop putting the ball on the ground. We've gotten better at that. These penalties and not being able to line up, that's killing us right now. We got to get better at that. But when we do, we're going to be okay.
Well, Coach, good luck this week, and I hope you get to enjoy some of homecoming. And as the ladies take care of their part and you guys take care of yours, it'll be a great night for the Panthers.
It will be. Also we wrapped up our JV season last night, and we were undefeated with our JV bunch. That includes Neville, Ouachita, West Ouachita. Some big schools. I was real proud of how those guys played and finished up. Also, want to talk about our sponsors, man.
Yeah.
Just appreciate you so much, digging in your pocket and doing these things for us. The people that are providing our meals on Thursday, very appreciative. You know, and the people that are helping with the broadcast. You know, I think last week, I don't know, maybe it was a week before somewhere, I think we had 11,000 people or something like that, views. I mean, that's amazing, you know, and so we're going to keep working on that, keep getting it better as well. So we appreciate all that. And I just want to shout out there to Mr. Ronnie Lucius, who made the hardest hit of the game last week. And so we're proud to see him up and about. So
I think we got more questions about Mr. Ronnie than we did about the game.
Well, I mean, he's very important, and so is that little lady sitting next to him. So, but yeah, you know, we're excited about this and excited about what's to come, and hopefully we can go out there and do what we do. All
right. Well, Panther fans, homecoming 2025 at Dale Ashley Field this Friday night, 7 o'clock against the Richwood Rams. You can join us right here on YouTube or on the radio at 92.3 FM The Ranch. We'll replay this show at 6:15, and the pregame show will start at 6:45, and then we'll get you to kick off right at 7. Coach, final words, and then we'll sign off.
Hey, I'm expecting a big crowd. You know, I've had a bunch of people contact me about tailgating, and a lot of folks saying they're coming. So we're looking forward for a big crowd, and hope to see you there. Go Panthers.
All right, Panther fans, hope you have a great rest of your week. We'll see you Friday night for Panthers versus Rams at Dale Ashley Field.
Come visit McDonald Land this summer and try Grimace Island's newest thick volcanic shake. So get the new Mount McDonald Land shake with one of 6 souvenirs when you order the McDonald Land meal.
Hey, hold on one second, Ryan. I need to know what time national anthem is. Well, good evening, Panther fans, and welcome to tonight's ball game here at Dell Ashley Field between the Richwood Rams and your Sterlington Panthers. I'm Ben Hackler, here with a special guest tonight, Mr. Jonathan Johnson, filling in for William. Jonathan, how you feeling? Ready to get this thing rolling?
I'm excited, Ben. Got a little cooler weather in here this morning. Starting to feel like a little bit of football weather, so excited to get this game going.
Absolutely. Well, tonight's broadcast brought to us by McDonald's. And if you're joining us on radio, that radio broadcast made possible by Domino's Pizza of Sterlington. The Panthers come in tonight 3-2. Took a tough loss last week at Neville and begin district play tonight. But overall, the last 5 weeks, I think those guys have played really well. Seem to be gaining some traction and a lot of growing up and hopefully moving into district play, ready to really get this thing rolling.
Yeah, you like to see the effort that's been put forward in some of these bigger schools and getting out there and actually coming out unscathed without injuries, getting some good experience for some of our players as we get ready to move closer to district.
Yeah, and so as we started the season, William and I have been talking about this, and Coach Doty and I talked about this. The reality is, defensively, really on that side of the football, we're really beginning to everybody's beginning to embrace their role. Still some things to be fixed on the back end, but each week seems like those guys have gotten better. And then, of course, on that defensive side, being led by a guy like Trey Birch and the other linebacker, Connor Justice, you just kind of hang your hat and say, hey, guys, go get them.
Yeah, you got some guys out there that are always their hat's always going to be in there on the ball. They're always looking to make a play. When you see a tackle being made, they're somewhere around it. So.
Yeah, and then offensively, you've been watching the Panthers the last 5 weeks, offensively really began to click and running the football. Last week, opened it up a little bit, and William and I joked about the air raid there before the half, but really found some shots. And that's really the way the offense is built. It's built to take some shots downfield, play action, moving the quarterback around. And when you've got a guy like J-Rob, who's been a 2-year starter now, it really does a nice job of managing the offense.
That's right. And the coaches are showing they've got some confidence in him to do that, which is going to be a great opportunity for us as we move forward, I think, to explore some of them, to open up the field, like you said, and get that running game going once they have to honor that pass a little bit down the field. So.
Yeah, and one of the things in the offensive toolbox that really these guys, the coaches have talked about is they've got so many different guys that can take the ball and make plays. You look in the backfield, a guy like Xavier Strohmile has kind of begun to exert himself some. Of course, a guy like David Hickman's a known commodity.
Right. Yep.
Just a playmaker. Get the ball in his hands and see what happens.
Right.
But then the addition of Devin Downs.
Right.
And then, of course, I think last week probably the guy that I saw emerge the most was Presley Park Smith.
Yep.
And Coach Doty said on the show, I don't know if you listened or not, Jonathan, but on the show he mentioned for the last several years trying to find somebody that would go high point of football.
Exactly, yeah.
And Presley Parks did that in the end zone there before the half.
And he shows some great speed getting to the outside edge on some of those plays that he was in on last week. And that, I think, like you said, when you got that many weapons you can put out there, it just opens the playbook up for you. We've got a lot of athletes, and as the old saying goes, get the ball in your athlete's hand and let them do something.
Absolutely. Well, the Panthers, again, that first 5 weeks saw probably, well, I only go back 7 weeks to the scrimmage with Evangel, to the jamboree with Ash. And I know that there's still some really, really good football teams in front of us on the schedule and even into the playoffs. But I don't know that we're going to see much better than what we've seen the last 7 weeks.
That is for sure. Yeah, we've definitely seen some good talent and some teams that have a lot of commits and some big schools. And so for us to get in there and commit, and just like you said, Neville last week, to bring that game right down to the wire and still be in it and have an opportunity to win. You can't ask for much more than that.
That's it. So the Panthers really, hopefully, are really battle-tested, ready to get rolling in the district. Of course, Richwood comes in tonight. They're 1-3 on the year, had last week off. And so they've had 2 weeks to get ready for this Panther team. And looking at them on film a little bit today and even this week talking to some coaches, Richwood has got a lot of athletes.
Yes.
Of course, there's one kid over there that we recognize, Carter McClinton, made the transfer down there and runs the ball and plays some wide receiver for them. And Carter here was a guy that was a key part of kind of what we did last year. But seeing him in that Reds, just a little bit like, man, wish he was in blue, but but has had a pretty good time down there on the offensive side of football. But Richwood brings a lot of athletes in, and it's one of those things that you're going to have to be where you're supposed to be in formations, and take good angles, because they've got some guys that can go. Last week against Tioga, first play of the game, the tailback takes the first handoff of the game and goes 80 yards to the house. So we don't want to start that way.
No, you don't want to start that way. And like you said, the key is going to be discipline and everyone in their assignment and what their responsibilities are. Everybody doing their job, as Sean Payton used to say, do your job and you're going to have success. So I think that's the key. You said they have a lot of athletes, and so if we can all play our assignment football, then we should be able to contain that. And I feel our defense is always sharp, and so hopefully they'll be ready for that tonight.
Absolutely. Well, Panther fans, we're going to pause for a 60-second break, and we'll come back, continue to work our way towards halftime. The band's on the field. It is Homecoming 2025, And we'll get you all those festivities as the night goes along. But you're listening to Panther Football. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Craftman Federal Credit Union, serving our members with their financial needs. Waiting for interest rates to fall? Why wait? Craftman Federal Credit Union can get you in the vehicle you want today at rates where you can enjoy the ride. Become a member today and see the difference at Craftman Federal Credit Union, with 2 locations to serve you in Bastrop and Sterlington, or visit us at craftmanfcu.com. Local people helping local people since 1953.
Around here, family is more than just a last name. It's who you show up for. For generations, the Compton family and Architects Windows and Doors has stood by this community with honesty, hard work, and a handshake you can trust. Because every window we design, every door we assemble isn't just about your house. It's about your home. Family owned, community rooted. Architects Windows and Doors. A family business built for your family.
Panther fans, welcome back to the broadcast of Panther Football here on YouTube, brought to us by McDonald's, or on the radio, brought to us by Domino's Pizza of Sterlington. And we are here at Dale Ashley Field on the campus of Sterlington High School. Homecoming 2025 for the Panthers, and a lot of familiar faces making their way in. And Jonathan kind of had one of those moments, and of course I've got one that graduated from Sterlington a couple years ago. Myself graduated 25 years ago. That's kind of hard to believe.
Man, time flies.
But it's really gets, you kind of begin to put things in perspective when your friends' kids are on the homecoming court and graduating from high school. And I didn't think I was old until I saw my friends' kids. And it's like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, well, that's what we'll be touring colleges with my daughter this coming week for fall break. And so it is amazing how you look up and all of a sudden they're from the elementary school. Now they're about to be a junior or a junior, about to be a senior next year. And so it's hard to believe how quick it goes by.
Yeah, you just blink and it's gone. But always a great night here at Sterlington for homecoming as folks make their way back home and get to hang out. And I know there's a lot of different groups, I think, represented in the stands, and some folks got some things going on this weekend, but a special time. But for the coaches, I talked to Coach Doty about this. For the coaches, it's still a football game.
Right.
And so you can't get lost in all the festivities. And want to start this district play 1-0, not 0-1. And so I know those guys are going to be focused and ready to go. And so, Panther fans, we're going to have a lot of different things happening in the next few moments. When we get notice in just a moment, we'll stop for prayer and national anthem. Things are a little bit faster ticking towards 7 o'clock tonight, and so we'll have to have some things along the way. The old Panther head down there is kind of falling over. I hope somebody will catch it. I don't know if that's
get a little air back in that thing.
Yeah, something's not right.
One of the straps they lost.
There's the best trainer in the parish, Anna Wigley, to the rescue of the Panther head. She takes care of
Panthers and players.
That's right, Panthers and players. But no, tonight really, really important for the Panthers to get off started on the right foot in district play, and really have got some teams in front of them that I mean, you can't beat around the bush. Panthers should win the next 4 weeks, but the reality is you got to play the games.
You do.
And then each of these next 4 teams have got athletes on the field that if you come in half-cocked and don't do your job, you're going to find yourself in some battles.
That's right. I think Coach Doty does a great job of keeping the guys hyped up and motivated and focused on the task at hand, but it is easy against a team like this that you kind of sometimes maybe you can underestimate a little bit, but when, like we said, you got that many athletes out there, anything can happen in a quick, short amount of time. And so you've got to come out from the start, from the first whistle, ready to play and do business.
Yeah. Well, Jonathan, folks probably don't know who you are, so let's just take a moment and let them kind of know what you do. Of course, you coach over at the middle school, second season, correct?
Second year, yep.
Second year over there. And you guys just wrapped up junior high football season. And what was that like, kind of being in the mix with those guys?
That was great. I'm fortunate. My son's an 8th grader, Andy, over there, and it was nice to be on the field with him for his last year of middle school football. And just to be on the field, it's exciting to see the future players that'll be over here one day playing under the lights. And Coach Magoo does a good job of explaining to them that the things we work on over there are preparing them for when they cross the road, hopefully, because I remember he said at the end of the game the other day that the wins and losses over there don't really matter. We're coming across the street to try to win state championships, and that's what the goal is, to try to prepare them for that. And so it was exciting to be just a small part of it and be over there and help those guys and watch what they do and to be a part of those young athletes out there trying to learn and get better each day.
Yeah, we were joking last night. Of course, the 8th grade gets a big win over Carroll. Carroll 7th grade doesn't come, so we have a little inter squad there.
Right.
7th grade, and this is something Magoo and I talked about. Had come in, had not had a win this year.
Yep.
Taken some close, had a close one against Neville a couple weeks ago or a week ago, I guess. But come in last night and it was like, hey, we got it. We're tonight. The 7th grade group, 6th and 7th grade group, somebody's getting a win.
That's right. It was so funny I guess we were almost done with the first half, and it was still 0-0, and Coach Magoo leaned over to me and said, hey, somebody's got to win this game at some point. We cannot have a tie. But fortunately, they played good. Those kids were so excited all week talking about playing against their friends once we found out Carroll wasn't coming. But it was exciting for them to get in. We got to see some players that didn't always get to play during the year as we look forward to next year. And like you said, towards the end of the year, they started to really kind of get together and figure out what they needed to do to be successful, and they improved throughout the year. And so even though they didn't get that last win against Neville, they definitely improved over the course of the season. That was exciting to see.
Yeah, and for the Panther fans that don't know, you guys had jammed with Neville early in the year, that 7th grade group, and gotten handled.
Yeah, 40-6. So yeah,
in a jamboree, which is just 2 quarters.
That's right. Yeah, so it was pretty bad. So they definitely made a drastic improvement from the beginning of the season. So.
Yeah, Magoo was telling me last night that he was telling I know he told you that, but he told the officials.
Yeah.
It got into 14-6, and I think the team that was trailing was driving, and he's like, hey, man, we're not tied.
This can't happen, yeah.
It's not going to be a tie.
I wouldn't admit it to the boys, but I made sure the best defense was back on the field so we couldn't get another score there at the end. So, yeah, we needed somebody to win that thing. So, yeah.
The best-looking defensive coordinator in the area is going up on top right now. That's Jeff Tannehill.
Looking
Jeff
sharp tonight in his tie.
He's got a daughter, Natalie. They'll be a freshman maid on the homecoming court tonight, so he'll get to escort and coach them up. And I tell you what, Jeff Tannehill, just not to switch subjects completely, but Jeff's been a great addition to this staff.
Absolutely, yeah, he really has. And it's going to be exciting to see what he does this year with the girls softball team and that new role too. So we're grateful to have him here in Sterlington. So been fortunate to teach his daughter the last 2 years, last year in English, this year in social studies, and they're a great family to have in the community.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, and they are diving into Panther Blue without a doubt.
Oh, absolutely. That's exciting to see.
All right.
You mentioned a minute ago the fans that come out, and that's one of the things about it, that you just come to Sterlington and it's contagious. I mean, it's hard to not want to go dive head first in and be a part of the community.
Yeah, well, with it being homecoming tonight, we can do a little reminiscing. I go back here until 1993. My dad actually graduated class of 74, so we've got deep ties here in Sterlington. Yeah. But homecoming kind of makes you do some of that. And one of the things I was telling a friend of mine this week, we were talking about some other things, but history in particular. And you want to honor the past, the ones that come before you. And I mean, look at the facilities that Sterlington has, the success that they've enjoyed. And I think back to Dale Ashley coming in 1996, the things that he's done. Field, of course, now named after him. He's posted up in that far tent over in that corner with his family, and we'll be down on the track in a moment. But some things that he did, and even coaches before him, a foundation that was laid, but now to be moved into this facility, and they're still doing some upgrades, and we've still got some things that we want to see done, and making this a great place. But it's been a great place to be a part of, as you said, and then athletics across the board have enjoyed tremendous success.
Absolutely, and I think you see that when you think of sports, especially. I mean, the education is great as well, but when you look at sports, Sterlington is certainly at the top of the list. When you start looking around North Louisiana and Louisiana as a whole. We were out of town not long ago and mentioned Sterlington, and somebody said, "Oh wait, didn't y'all just win the state championship back during baseball season?" Like, absolutely, So they're definitely on the map, and that's, like you said, it's because of the legacy that people years back have established, and then it's just continued to be built upon as the years have gone by. So it's exciting.
Yeah, let me give you a little Sterlington trivia right here, Jonathan. Who is the group with the most college scholarships represented tonight at Sterlington? Across the board.
That's going to be a tough one. I don't know.
Which group would you pick?
Are you talking about Richwood or Sterlington?
No, at Sterlington.
At Sterlington. Oh, I don't know the answer to that one, Ben.
Mr. Danny Mejia.
Very nice. Our band director.
The band puts more people at the college level than any other athletic group. Now, I think the gap is shrinking a little bit.
I just complimented him today because the band did such a great job during the parade. The middle school went out and watched. We took our students out to watch the homecoming parade and was telling them how awesome the high school band did marching in that. And he does a great job at the middle school, too, for our pep rallies. And we're hoping, fingers crossed, maybe at some point we can get him to have the band in the stands for some of our middle school games. Conversations starting to be had about that. That'd be exciting for us. So.
Yeah, Mejia does a great job. But I always
He
like
does.
to throw him
That's
a
a good little
love.
piece of trivia there. Very interesting.
For sure. Well, Panther fans, Panthers making their way out onto the field, all black tonight. Richwood in the red pants, white jerseys, white helmets. So they'll make their way out one final stretch, and we've got about 8 minutes set before we make our way to towards kickoff. And so I think this will be a good time. We'll take one more break, come back for the national anthem and prayer, and then we'll get you the starting lineups and those things as we work our way towards kickoff. You're listening to Panther Football. We'll be back in 2 minutes with more Panther Football.
Marion State Bank. Rooted in education and athletics, Marion State Bank is committed to investing in the future through scholarships, sponsorships, and community support. We're empowering students and athletes to dream big and achieve more because their success is our success. Investing in our future, supporting education and athletics. Marion State Bank, rooted in community, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Fence Depot uses quality materials and has the expertise to give you the best service with the best price. They take pride in offering their customers a full selection of fencing options. For chain link, ornamental, vinyl, wildlife, and more, try Fence Depot in West Monroe. 318-331-4457. Fence Depot.
For over 50 years, Cartown has been servicing Northeast Louisiana, and the Sterlington Panthers have been a huge part of our growth. And for that, Cartown Tires and Service would like to say, go Panthers!
Choose Prime Star Home Health. We'll provide the best care for your patient or loved one. From managing chronic conditions to wound care and therapy, we specialize in a wide range of services. Prime Star Home Health. We have the skill to heal and the spirit to care. Choose.
Panther fans, we're back here with the McDonald's broadcast of Panther Football. If you're listening to us on 92.3 FM The Ranch, that broadcast made possible by Domino's Pizza of Sterlington. Both teams are making their way out. We're going to quickly give you the Jim Taylor Chevrolet starting lineup, and then we'll head towards National Anthem and coin toss in just a moment. I'll give you the offense. Jonathan will give you the defense. For the Panther offense tonight, the tackles, number 69, Dawson Ferguson, and number 62, Gideon Ashley. At guards, number 55, Drew Whitlock, and number 68, Cam Rugg. Your center, number 54, Luke Crane. Tight end, number 20, Chris Pearson. Wide receiver, number 1, Devin Downs, and number 18, Noah Crane. At tailback, number 14, Shamarian Dismuke. We'll also see Xavier Stromile, David Hickman, and a host of other Panthers. At fullback, number 6, TJ Birch. And your quarterback, number 7, J-Rob Breen.
All right, for your Sterlington defense, number 11, playing defensive end, Mr. Stephen English, and Mr. Cam Bagwell, number 9. At linebacker, we've got number 23, Trey Birch, number 30, Kason Huggins, number 33, Mr. Connor Justice, and number 47, Mr. Drew Voker. At cornerback, we've got number 5, Jalen Bush, number 10, Nick Cooper. At safety, number 2, Sam Frazier, and number 8, Mr. Keenan Green.
That is the starting lineup brought to us by Jim Taylor Chevrolet, Rayville. Panthers are now behind the banner, and they'll be making their way to the sidelines. And at this point, just ready to kind of get things rolling. And if you're on the road with us, I know we got some folks traveling tonight listening to us on the radio or watching. Hopefully you're not driving and watching, or if you are, your wife's holding or whoever's driving is not holding the phone for you. But there they are. So Panther fans, we'll make our way towards National Anthem now, and we'll take the pause with them. And National Anthem prayer, and then we'll come back and get you set for the Jim Taylor Chevrolet of Rayville coin toss. So we'll hold here as National Anthem and prayer are done.
all the teachers, staff, and volunteers who made this homecoming event possible. I ask that you protect all players and coaches throughout the game and you give both teams good sportsmanship. We love you and thank you for everything. Amen.
All right, Panther fans, we are set. And all left to do now is flip the coin, and we'll get set for kickoff. Captains tonight for the Panthers will be number 3, Jaden Hall, number 55, Drew Whitlock. I believe number 20, Chris Pearson, will go out with them as well. For Richwood, we'll try to get those numbers as they come across. Looks like number 2.
Yep. Number 71.
2 will be Keontre Haley.
Number 8.
71 will be Jeremiah Simmons. And number 8, Derek Dickens. This coin toss brought to us by Jim Taylor Chevrolet of Rayville. A little handshake there. Stands starting to get full. Student section, they've done a great job, home games in particular, but they travel as well. That student section brought to us by Craftman Federal Credit Union. They do a great job week in and week out. Those students show up and make a lot of noise with their Panthers.
They keep it alive down there for sure. Trying to sort it out down there,
yeah,
looks like.
Looks like there's a little confusion. I'm guessing the Panthers won the toss.
That's what it looked like. I don't know why they were verifying with Coach Doty there what they wanted to do, but
Panthers will choose to receive the opening kickoff. They win the toss and will receive. Again, coin toss brought to us by Jim Taylor Chevrolet of Rayville. And so both teams will make their way to the sideline. Actually, now we're going to have a little discussion. It's kind of been par for the course the last 6 weeks.
It really has been, I tell you.
I think that's the way things are going to stay, though. All right, so that's what we're going to do. And now the officials will huddle up at midfield. They'll have one final little conference, and then they'll get ready to roll. Panther kick return unit comes back. And really that kick return unit all year has been opportunity after opportunity to break some plays. We saw that a few weeks in a row. Last week against Neville, Neville's kicker actually was able to neutralize that some. He kicked the ball high and deep, and kind of hard to get things set up when the defense has time to get down the field.
It really is, and when you look at these guys back there, the back five there, you got Austin Hill, a freshman, Brock Sutton back there, a couple of exciting young speed guys that can make some plays. So you can't really kick it away from everybody and not give them a chance.
Sutton's already shown he can take one back.
That's right. So that's exciting to see that kind of options back there. You can't really avoid them.
Of course, Noah Crane on the other side. Then back deep for the Panthers will be T.J. Birch and Devin Downs. I would doubt very many schools have their fullback as their kick return.
That's a return.
But his average is unbelievable. He's taken actually taken 2 back. One was in the Jamboree, so it doesn't necessarily go on the record.
Right. But he's definitely capable.
Oh, without a doubt. Now that Panther return unit will trot out. And Richwood will get set to kick it away. Well, Panther fans, this will be the first quarter. Will be brought to us by Architects Window and Door, proud sponsors of Panther football. Kicker gets it teed up.
It's a little different alignment here on the kickoff.
Makes his approach. Be a line drive kick. Going to be taken by TJ right at the 18. Trying to get up in that wedge. Now does. He's still finding a hole. And he's up across the 40 to about the 42. And that's where the Panther offense will come out. 1st and 10.
It's a good start there for the night. You can see that just where that fullback, the way he looks at that hole and follows those blockers.
Patient.
Fits well right there.
They'll actually put the ball down on the 43, 1st and 10. Panthers will break the huddle from the sideline. Looks like they'll send the big tight end will be number 86, Tucker Sturdivant. Panthers will go I, overloaded to the far side. Backs will be Birch and I believe Dismute.
Yeah.
Counter give to the near side. Trying to find some room. He'll get across the 45. Ball will come out. And now TJ's got it with some room up the far sideline. He's at the 50, the 45, the 40, 35. Got a big blocker in front of him.
Tight end there.
He's still fighting his way down inside the 20-yard line.
Some heads-up ball right there.
Ball was punched out. TJ Birch picks it up and takes it all the way down to the 20-yard line. Downs Law Firm first down, and the Panthers are in the Ron Bush State Farm red zone. That was actually Xavier Strohmile on the carry and had it punched out.
Turn what could have been a problem right there to start the game. You get the ball, the kickoff, and then turn it over. That's a great heads-up play.
David Hickman will check in at tailback. Crane and Downs, the receivers set to each side. I formation behind Breen. J-Rob getting everybody set. There's a snap. Quick give to Birch. He's across the 15. Be a 5-yard gain, second down. Believe we'll see what the Panthers call the Navy formation.
Yeah, it's an exciting little change in the offense that they've added. Again, give it a little, like we talked about earlier, give it a little variety, some different looks there.
Yeah, that Navy formation is one they kind of picked up right before the playoffs last year, and really against the Oak Grove Tigers is where it really kind of came into its own.
Yep, it's been nice to see them add that in there.
J-Rob under center, 3 backs. There's a snap. He'll keep it. Now he'll make a man miss, and he's down to the 11, gain of 4, and it'll be 3rd down and 1. Little read option there. J-Rob keeps it and does a nice job of getting positive yardage. Bark Smith will check out. Landon Washington has checked in. 3rd and 1. 3 backs again. That's Washington, Birch, and Dismute set to the near side. There's a snap. Quick give to Birch. He'll have the first down inside the 5. So Downs Law Firm first down, and it's 1st and goal for the Panthers.
Little hurry up here.
Same formation again. J-Rob quickly goes under center. There's a snap. He'll give it to Birch. He's going to be stopped at the 2.
So many options coming out of that formation for them. It's hard for a defense to pick up on.
J-Rob huddles them up. Gets his play call. Everything's set again. Same formation again. 3 backs. 2 tight ends. There's a snap. J-Rob gives it this time, and it's a Panther touchdown. TJ Birch takes it right in from 2 yards away. That touchdown brought to us by the law offices of Street and Street. Panthers set up in the extra point. Extra points tonight brought to us by First Baptist Church of Sterlington. William Lyon on to kick the extra point. J-Rob getting his call. Panthers will drop back from the gate to get set for the kick. Panthers quickly come over. Everybody gets settled. There's a snap, the hold. Kick is up.
It's good.
And it's good. 8:53 remaining first quarter. Panthers 7, Rams 0. We'll take a quick 30 seconds and be right back with more first quarter football.
Repair it, catch up on bills, or replace it. Turn your home's equity into endless possibilities with a home equity line of credit from Cross Keys Bank. I'm Lee Riordan, Senior Vice President and Market Manager. Stop by and visit me today at our Sterlington branch for more details. Or give me a call at 665-4511. Cross Keys Bank, proud supporter of the Sterlington Panthers. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Panther fans, welcome back into the Arklatex Window and Door first quarter. Panthers take an early 7-0 lead and now get set to kick it away. Will be Jalen Bush to kick it away for the Panthers. This kickoff, again, brought to us by First Baptist Church of Sterlington. 2 services on Sunday, 9 and 10:30. They're located at 1030 Highway 2 there in Sterlington. Jalen gets set to kick it away. Now he'll make his approach. Be a little pooch kick. I think they were trying to steal one there. It will go out of bounds. I think that might have been a little trickeration trying to happen right there.
I think that was a little Jalen messed it up a little bit on that. I think they were trying to get a little – I think that was intended to be a little lower, but –
ball should go to the 50, I believe.
Right.
They're going to say it went out to the 45.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So it will be 1st and 10 for Richwood at midfield. On the kick out of bounds. Panthers do lead 7-0. Quarterback for Richwood tonight will be Trey Lane. Richwood will have 3 receivers bunched to the near side, 1 to the far side. The tailback, number 16, Jalen Kane, to the right of Lane in the backfield. Lane gets set. Getting his call from the sideline. Now moves the tailback to his left. They'll bring a man in motion. There's a snap. Drops back. Quick hitter out to number 2. He'll make the catch. Be a gain of about 4 and 2nd down.
Sam Frazier with a good open field tackle there.
I believe that was Keontre Haley on a reception for Richwood. Richwood will go 2 receivers and H-back near side, 1 receiver to the far side. Now bring the H-back in motion across the formation. There's a snap. Quick give to Kane.
Sam Frazier in there on tackle
again. He'll pick up 4 more, and we'll have a Cartown 3rd down and 2. Yeah, Frazier busy tonight. 2 tackles on 2 plays. Cartown 3rd down as Richwood breaks the huddle. Same formation again. 2 receivers and an H-back near side. 1 receiver to the far side. Tailback now to the right in the backfield. Trying to draw the Panthers offside. Little freeze play. Lane now looks to the sidelines to get his call. Calls for it. There's the snap. Quick give to Kane. Trying to find some room. He'll bounce it outside. A couple Panthers had a shot at him, but he'll have enough for a Ram 1st down up to the 37-yard line.
Yeah, that outside linebacker lost a little contained there on the end, but like we said earlier, these guys are athletic. They're going to bounce around and try to get to the outside as much as possible.
New tailback for Richwood will be number 20. Two receivers set to each side. Lane calls for it, drops straight back. Looking for the quick hitter, and Trey Birch picks it off. And he's going to walk that to the end zone. That's going to be another defensive touchdown for the Panthers.
That's what you want to see. It's a great start right there.
Trey Birch undercut that and took it the distance, 60 yards to the house.
That's going to be a flag in the end zone.
That's a celebration there?
Yep.
Well, let's go ahead and give it a David Bryant Realtor turnover for the Panthers and a touchdown brought to us by the law offices of Street and Street. Panthers will come on for the extra point. A little unsportsmanlike there after the play, a little excessive celebration, so they'll assess that on the kickoff. So Jalen Bush will come on to attempt the extra point. This extra point brought to us by First Baptist Church of Sterlington. Yeah, Birch caught that one on the run.
He did,
there was
yeah,
no
they were
shot.
catching him. It's a great read by Trey, keeping his eyes on the quarterback there, undercutting that throw.
Panthers in the swinging gate. Now come over for the kick. Jalen Bush on to kick the extra point this time. There's a snap, kick to hold. Kick is up, and it's good. 7:03 left in the first quarter. Panthers 14, Rams 0. We'll be right back in 30 seconds with more Panther football. We didn't get that scoring drive. Sorry.
Repair it, catch up on bills, or replace it. Turn your home's equity into endless possibilities with a home equity line of credit from Cross Keys Bank. I'm Lee Riordan, Senior Vice President and Market Manager. Stop by and visit me today at our Sterlington branch for more details. Or give me a call at 665-4511. Cross Keys Bank, proud supporter of the Sterlington Panthers. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Panther fans, we're back here in the Arklatex window and door. Panthers jump out to a quick 14-0 lead. 7:03 on the clock here in the first quarter. Trey Birch just went about 60 yards on a pick six. Untouched all the way to the end zone. Of course, he had a convoy of blockers running right with him, so if they wanted to get him, I'm not sure they could have. But Jalen Bush will come out to kick it away. There was an excessive celebration penalty after the touchdown, so they'll kick off from the 25. Jalen will get it stepped off. This kickoff brought to us by First Baptist Church of Sterlington. Jalen gets him set. Now he'll make his approach. Be a nice high kick. Going to go down on that far sideline. I believe it's going to roll out of bounds again at the 17. That one will come out to the 35. 1st and 10 for the Rams there.
It's almost a good kick there. That's the direction you want it to be going anyway. Keep it out of their hands as much as possible.
So Panther defense comes back out. The official just giving us the legal procedure call. Kick out of bounds. Ball does go down on the 35, far hash. If you're listening on the radio, Rams are moving right to left. Lane brings them out. 2 receivers set to the near side. 2 receivers to the far side. Kane, the tailback beside Lane in the backfield. Lane gets set. Now brings the man in motion. That's Haley. There's a snap. Going to be a quick hitter out. Ball is quickly tossed out, but it will fall incomplete. 2nd down. I thought he got batted there for a minute.
Yeah, it looked like we got a hand in there, but I think he just overthrew it. Going with a lot of movement and a lot of motion plays there. Try to get our guy defense to move, get out of position a little bit. Doing a good job covering it.
2 receivers far side, 1 receiver to the near side. Man now comes in motion. There's the give to Kane. He'll find a little room and then run into, I believe that's going to be Frazier again at the 41.
I think it may have been Bagwell, number 9.
And it was 3rd down. Cartown 3rd down and 4. Richwood gets their call. Lane, the quarterback, trots back out. 2 receivers set to each side. Rams getting lined up. Now bring a man in motion. There's a snap. He'll fake the give, looking for a screen pass out in the flat. And he's going to have some room.
He's got it. It looked like a hold there. We got the flag.
Have
good.
a flag. That's going to come back. Good catch there, Jonathan. Flag will go down at the 48.
Yeah, corner had good position, and the wide receiver grabbed a hold to him, slowed him down. That's a good play.
They will have another 3rd down. It'll be from the spot, so it should go back to the 38. So it'll be a Cartown 3rd down and 7.
You know, Ben, we're looking at all these families coming in and looking at this lineup here. I see 4 names whose younger siblings played for us this year at the middle school in the starting lineup on defense here.
Yeah. 2 receivers to each side for the Rams. Lane runs a little freeze play, now looks over to the sideline to get his checks. 6:10 on the clock. Panthers lead 14-0. There's a flag. That's going to be a legal procedure against the Rams. Back them up 5 more, and that'll make it 3rd down and 13. Cartown, third down for the Panther defense. White Hat will wind the clock. Lone receiver and a tight end set to the near side. Two receivers set to the far side. Lane, the quarterback, calls for it. He'll give it to Kane up the middle, trying to find some room. And he'll go out of bounds around the 36, 37-yard line. And Panther defense gets a stop. And that'll bring up a Sterlington rehab. Fourth down for Richwood. Looks like the punt team will come on.
Yeah, the defense doing a good job adjusting to the motion that they keep bringing out in the multiple wide receiver sets. They're doing a good job of that.
That was one of the things that Coach Tannehill was telling me earlier in the week, that Richwood has a lot of formations, and they like to move it around with motion. And
right. It's easy to catch somebody sleeping if they're not paying attention and get a big play.
Hickman drops back for the Panthers, standing around his own 38-yard line to receive this punt. Panthers show a little pressure. We'll see if they bring it. Now they drop back. They will bring some up the middle, and they're going to take him back.
Play.
That'll be a turnover on downs back at the 28-yard line. We'll give that another David Bryant, your local Sterlington Realtor. Turnover for the Panther defense.
Tough snap there, but a good play on the defense, staying locked in and going out there and making the tackle.
So the Panther offense will come out 1st and 10 from the Ram 28-yard line in great field position and a chance to extend this lead.
Yeah, this is exciting to see for these guys. Get out there, jump out early, go ahead and put it to them in the first quarter, and hopefully we can keep the pressure on and get some of these young guys some experience too to help us down the road.
I formation for the Panthers, one receiver to each side. That's Downs near side, Crane to the far side. J-Rob takes it. He'll show the play action pass, and now there's going to be a shot.
Downs.
He's got Downs. There's going to be a flag on the play. That'll be pass interference.
Yeah, I think he may have had a chance at that ball if he hadn't held him there coming out of the break.
Yeah, you coach DBs. If you get burnt, grab them.
You better get the penalty. That's right. You better not let them score.
Yeah, don't get a penalty and a touchdown.
That's right. If you're going to do it right.
So that will move the ball down inside the Ron Bush State Farm red zone. They'll put it down at the 14. 1st and 10 for the Panther offense. Panther offense will now go into the gun. Two receivers near side. That's Downs and Hickman. Crane, the lone receiver, to the far side. Birch to the left of J-Rob in the backfield. Now Birch moves over to the right. We've got a flag on the far side. It's going to be a legal procedure against the Panthers. Back it up 5 yards.
I'm not sure what happened there.
Yeah, unless the center maybe moved the ball. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
We really weren't set to do anything yet.
I mean, I saw Hickman move a little bit out on the line, but nobody was set. J-Rob was still moving around back there. I don't know what that was.
It'll be the Navy, I believe Navy formation. Crane and Downs, the receiver set tight. Park Smith comes in motion. Quick toss out to Park Smith, trying to find some room on the outside. He'll keep fighting, and he's going to get to about the 16. Give him about 3.
Pick up 3 yards.
And it'll be 2nd down.
Second and 12, Rams, 16-yard line.
Panthers get their call. 5:10 on the clock and counting. Panthers lead 14-0 here in the Architects window and door first quarter. Navy formation again. There's a snap. Quick give to Park Smith around this right side, and he's going to lose yard back to the 19.
Park Smith on the carry.
Yeah, Richwood read that pretty good that time. They adjusted to it a little bit from the last time down.
Austin Hill and Hickman will check in. Park Smith and Dismuke will check out. Going to see a little shotgun formation here. 2 receivers set to each side. Downs and Hickman go to the far side. Hill and Crane to the near side. Breen, the quarterback, with Birch to his right in the gun. Now Birch shifts over to the left. J-Rob calls for it. Quick hitter out to Crane. He'll make the catch.
Yeah. Almost broke through there.
Looked like he had a seam, but not able to get anything, and it'll be 4th down and about 13 from the 17. Panthers will bring on the field goal unit.
Looks like we're going to maybe go for it, huh?
No, we're going to kick it.
Or
Just
punt it.
didn't have a kicker.
Punt it here, yeah.
No, we didn't have a kicker, so we're going to
there
have
he
to go
comes.
quick.
Okay, here he comes.
This field goal brought to us by First Baptist Church of Sterlington. 3:40 on the clock. Jalen Bush trots on to attempt the 35-yarder. There's a snap. Bush takes a step. Kick is up.
He squeeze it in.
And I believe it's good. With 3:29 left first quarter, Panthers 17, Rams 0. We'll take 30 seconds to be back with more Panther football.
Neither snow-capped mountains nor puddles of water, nor unexpected detours with a 20-foot drainage pipe can stop the ruggedly capable Telluride X Pro from getting you to your dinner reservation on time.
Okay.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Door first quarter, Panthers extend their lead 17-0. Had great field position starting at the 28-yard line, moved it down to the 14, and then just kind of couldn't find anything, but able to get 3 out of that. And
it's nice to get points every drive. Let's take it how you can get it.
That's it. Jalen Bush will tee it up to kick it away. This kickoff brought to us by First Baptist Church of Sterlington. Jalen's got it set. He'll make the approach. Be a nice high kick, again, far sideline. This time, Haley will take it, driven back to his 9, trying to find some room. He's going to step out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, though, or at the 9, so that's where they'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 9-yard line. Hey, Jonathan, real quick, give me that Sparks Nissan scoring summary from Mr. Sturdivant.
All right, 3 plays, 11 yards, 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Resulted in 30-yard field goal by Mr. Jalen Bush.
Ball will go down at the 9. Rams trot out. 1st and 10. Two-by-two formation for the Rams. They drop back, quick hitter out into the flat. He'll overthrow it, incomplete, intended for Haley again.
They had the look they wanted right there. Yeah, you see a little confusion on our defense. So we were talking about earlier, that's what they're looking for in some of that motion.
I don't like seeing that that number 1 receiver running down the field either.
No, that's our cornerback and looked like our outside linebacker had come out, and there was a little confusion on who had who there.
1 receiver far side, 2 receivers set to the near side. Lane, the quarterback, calls for it in the gun, gives it to Kane, trying to find some room. He'll get spun around across the 10 to about the 12, give him 3, and we'll have a Cartown 3rd down and 7. Two-by-two formation again in the gun for the Rams. Lane gets set, little freeze play. Panthers showing a little bit of pressure. Now back off. Richwood making their calls. 2:47 on the clock here in the first quarter. Panthers lead 17-0. There's a snap. Quick hitter out. It'll be a Ram 1st down across the 20 to the 21. Yeah, their passing offense is fast.
Yeah,
it's quick.
It is. That's what they're trying to get us out and making some adjustments and then try to take advantage of it.
Had no time to get pressure when he's just catching it, stepping,
That's
and throwing.
right.
2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. The tailback Kane sets to the right of the quarterback Lane in the backfield. Now shifts over to the left of the quarterback. There's a snap, quick give to Kane up the middle. And he might have got back to line of scrimmage, and that'll be 2nd down.
Play there.
Whatever hole might have been there collapsed
it
quickly.
Was gone, yep. Looked like Silas Ashley may be in on the tackle right there.
Yeah, that's 2 guys on the interior line that we call every now and then, but they do a great job each week. Silas Ashley and Blake Franklin.
Yep.
2 receivers each side for Richwood. Now drops back looking for a quick one out on the flat. That'll be number 1. He'll make the catch. He'll make a Panther miss and finally be forced out of bounds up around the 42-yard line. Brock Sutton forced him out, but that's a Ram first down.
Giving a little too much cushion out there, number 1 on that end. That's the kind of thing you don't want him to get in open field like that and have one guy to miss.
Looks like Bush will check out and Devin Downs will check in at corner. 2 receivers near side, H-back, and a receiver to the far side. Lane takes it, gives it quickly to Kane again. He'll get hit, maybe a 1-yard gain, second down.
Looks like we made the swap, brought Devin down to be on number 1 down here on the bottom side.
Rams will send 3 receivers far side. They pick up the pace just a little bit. 1 receiver set here to the near side.
Got trips on the top.
Richwood getting again some checks from the sideline. Quarterback Lane makes his adjustments. Now gets him set to call for it. There's a snap. He'll give it to Kane again. Panthers all over him. Going to miss him in the backfield, though. And then Cam Bagwell gets him at the line of scrimmage. Had him for a loss, but he's able to squirt ahead and get back to the line of scrimmage.
They're setting us up for that number 2 on the top side right there to get that little bubble pass out. And I'm probably going to pull it here in a minute and pass it out to him. Running our corner and outside linebacker off.
Richwood will stay in the same formation. We'll be alert on that one. Cartown 3rd down and 9 for the Rams. Freeze play again. 28 seconds on the game clock, 10 seconds on the play clock. They'll have to snap it one more time. Lane gets them set. There's a snap. Lane rolls back to the right.
There's number 2 in the flat right there.
He'll make the catch.
Good defense.
But
Good
that's a
play.
great job by David Hickman. Gain of 1. That'll bring up another
tackle.
4th down. Yeah, if you're going to give up that underneath catch, you got to make that tackle.
Close. That's right.
Great job.
You better close it quick and make that open field. That's tough play to make sometimes.
Well, Panther fans, that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Panthers 17, Rams nothing. We'll step away for 60 seconds and be back with second quarter football.
Repair it, catch up on bills, or replace it. Turn your home's equity into endless possibilities with a home equity line of credit from Cross Keys Bank. I'm Lee Riordan, Senior Vice President and Market Manager. Stop by and visit me today at our Sterlington branch for more details. Or give me a call at 665-4511. Cross Keys Bank, proud supporter of the Sterlington Panthers. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Choose Prime Star Home Health. We'll provide the best care for your patient or loved one. From managing chronic conditions to wound care and therapy, we specialize in a wide range of services. Prime Star Home Health. We have the skill to heal and the spirit.
Sustaining a brain injury due to someone else's negligence is devastating. Downs Law Firm can't change what happened, but they will fight to hold those at fault accountable and aggressively negotiate with insurance to recover fair compensation.
Panther fans, we're back as we begin the second quarter. Second quarter brought to us by Fence Depot. Panther defense holds on 3rd down, so it'll be a Sterlington rehab 4th down as Richwood gets set to kick it away. David Hickman drops back, standing at his own 30-yard line. Panthers again appear to be bringing pressure. There's the snap. Panthers bring pressure up the middle. Kick gets away. Hickman's going to give chase and then make the catch. Now trying to find some room. And he's going to get up to about the 35, 36-yard line. Panther offense will come out 1st and 10.
Yeah, Rich will cover that pretty good on that punt.
Yeah, looked like Panthers brought a little bit of pressure. No real return set up, so whatever Hickman could get was going to be what he could
on his own. That's it.
So he gets about 8 yards on the return. 1st and 10. Panthers come out. Be in the I formation. Downs the lone receiver to the far side. Noah Crane set here to the near side. Birch and Dismuke in the I behind Breen, the quarterback. Breen goes under center. There's a snap. Breen's going to keep it now, pitch it back to Dismuke, trying to find some room, and he's going to find a little bit outside up the sideline. He'll have a Downs Law Firm 1st down before he goes out of bounds at the 49-yard line.
Noah Crane did a great job setting the edge out there, helping him be able to get around.
Ball will go down to 49, 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Panthers flip the formation this time. Downs comes near side, Crane to the far side. There's a snap. Breen gives it this time straight ahead to Birch. He'll go across the 45 to about the 44. Give him 7 yards, 2nd down. That Panther offensive line starting to open things up there in the middle just a little bit.
Yeah, they are. And if you look across the way, Richwood doesn't have a lot of depth over there. Over the course of the game, we're going to start to wear that defensive front down a little bit, I would think.
Little freeze play, quick. There it is. Gives again to Birch. He'll get across the 40 to about the 38. That'll be a Downs Law Firm 1st down. And Devin Downs won the battle of the receiver versus cornerback there.
Got a little extracurricular going on after the play there.
1st and 10 for the Panthers at the round 39-yard line. 1 receiver each side, I formation behind Breen. There's the snap. J-Rob drops back. He'll make a man miss, and now just throws it out.
Oh.
Intended for Downs. Breen did a nice job there of avoiding pressure and stepping up, trying to take the shot.
Yeah, he couldn't really get into it with the pressure he had on him. Just left it a little short, but good attempt to still try to get it down there.
2nd down upcoming. Ball was intended for Devin Downs.
That play's going to be there. Devin's got him number 4 by a couple of steps there. It's going to be there in a little bit if they want it.
Yeah, number 4 is pounding his chest and said it's not.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Not.
Oh, yeah.
No, coach.
Yeah, if that ball's 2 yards further in the air, it's a touchdown.
No doubt. I formation again. Now they bring Downs in motion across the formation. Timeout, Sterlington. Timeout tonight brought to us by Prime Star Home Health. They'll take the break. We'll take it with them. We'll be back in 30 seconds with more Panther football.
Sterlington Rehabilitation Hospital and Rural Health Clinics offers inpatient and outpatient services. And they're now offering LSVT big treatment to those suffering from Parkinson's disease. They're seeing many documented improvements in patients, such as faster walking with bigger steps, improved balance, better movement in the torso, and a reduced risk of falling. They're LSVT big certified. Please come by and see one of their certified clinicians today.
Panther fans, we're back here in the Fence Depot 2nd quarter. Panthers lead 17-0. They have it 2nd down and 10 from the Ram 39-yard line. 10:43 remaining in the half. Panthers in their traditional I formation. Down set close to the near side. Crane out wide to the far side. Birch and Stromile in the backfield behind Breen in the I. Downs now goes in motion to the far side. Be a counter give to Stromile, trying to find some room. He'll dance through and get up to the 33-yard line, gain of 6, and we'll have a 3rd down and 4.
It's a good little run there by Stromile getting through the – it looks like it's not quite 8. I thought it was a little bit further than that, but still a good little run.
Hickman will check in at tailback. I formation again. 1 receiver set near side, 1 to the far. There's the snap. Quick give is to Birch. He'll get to the 30, and then we'll have 4th down and 1 upcoming. Don't think the coaches will hesitate here.
No.
That'd be about a 47-yarder.
I think we're getting enough push and getting some holes here now. It should be able to get this pretty easy.
Yep. I'd ride it to Birch. There's the snap.
There it is.
This time J-Rob keeps it. Now pitches it out to Hickman. He's got a Downs Law Firm 1st down.
Man,
and
that
he's
was
going to get ahead to the 16-yard line. Downs Law Firm 1st down.
That was really close on J-Rob, the line of scrimmage there on that pitch, but it was a good read, good play.
Panthers are in the Ron Bush State Farm red zone again. They'll put it down at the 17, but it is enough for a 1st down as the chains get reset.
Might give Devin a look right here on this first play.
There's the snap. J-Rob keeps it again. He'll dive ahead. May get to the 15, gain of 2, 2nd down. Richwood doing a nice job of closing that one.
Yeah, they made some adjustments right there on the front.
Got a flag back at the 9. Got some discussion on the far side around the 10-yard line. Personal foul against Richwood. That'll be a half the distance. Oh, offsetting. So offsetting personal fouls.
There were 2 flags on the play. Offsetting.
Actually, no, must not have been offsetting. Must have been on Sterlington.
Yeah.
So it wasn't offsetting. He just pointed the wrong way. So that puts the Panthers way back.
Yeah.
He's second down from the 30. They got to get down to the 7. So that'll be a second down and 23.
Second and 23.
2 receivers near side. 2 backs to the left of J-Rob in the gun. There's a snap. J-Rob rolls to his left. Looking for a man and overthrew number 26, Cullen Barnett.
Yeah, they were setting up for a little rub route right there for Devin to get a little clear route to the end zone. If he'd have run it, I think they ran into each other, but that pass would have been there.
So that'll bring up third down and 23. Gun formation. Park Smith and Birch to the left of J-Rob. He now rolls to his left, trying to make somebody miss. He'll just throw it up. He's got downs, and it's going to be swatted away, incomplete. That'll bring up fourth down.
Yeah, they covered that pretty well, Devin. That was a good defensive play. They got 2 on him. They knew it was coming.
Yeah, J-Rob just not able to set his feet, having to just throw that one off his back foot. Still got good air under the football, gave Devin a chance, but unable to bring it down.
Yeah, that penalty hurt us big time right there. Kind of changed the game plan for us.
Panthers do appear to be going for it. They'll bring trips receivers to the near side. Downs now goes as the lone receiver to the far side. Birch shifts to the left. Oh, it's a quick snap.
Oh, man. It should have been offsides right there.
That just didn't
They dropped the flag on the top side finally. That outside linebacker looked like he was all the way in the backfield almost before the ball was snapped.
That's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct against Richwood. Well, now we got some discussion. Must have been after the play. Oh, sideline warning. There we go. So ball won't move. Actually, are they going to move it? There's some discussion at the 30.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they know what they're doing right here.
He didn't call sideline warning. He gave the unsportsmanlike conduct.
Right.
Looks like they're just swapping the ball out, but it'll stay on the 30. Rams will come out first and 10 at their own 30-yard line. Panther defense back on the field. 2 receivers set to each side for the Rams. Lane, the quarterback, in the gun with Kane to his right. There's a snap. Lane drops back, gets under pressure. He'll step up quickly. Catch will be made at the 34, and he'll be tackled there. Gain of 4, second down. Secondary did a nice job there keeping the lid from coming off of it.
Yeah, they did.
Forced it back underneath.
Looked like Cade Hollingsworth there in on that tackle.
2 receivers near side, 1 to the far. Little freeze play for Richwood. 7:43 on the clock. Panthers 17, Rams 0. Tailback now moves to the left of the quarterback in the gun. There's the snap. Lane drops back. He's going to just take a shot.
He's got him.
Overthrows him, incomplete. Hickman was running with him, but he was gaining a little bit of separation. Ball still too deep, falls incomplete. Cartown, third down upcoming for this Panther defense. Panther fans, coming up at the half, we'll have the Prime Star Home Health halftime show. And tonight being homecoming, we'll show you all the homecoming festivities. And so Jonathan and I will take about a 15-minute break, but we'll continue to show you all the things happening on the field. And then we'll come back with some first half stats and get you set for the second half with about 5 minutes to go in halftime. 2 receivers each side for the Rams. Freeze play again, 5 seconds on the clock. 3-2, Rams may take a timeout right here. And they will. Rams take their first timeout. Timeouts tonight brought to us by Prime Star Home Health. They'll take the break. We'll take it with them. We'll be right back in 30 seconds with more Panther football.
First Security Title of Monroe provides real estate transaction services in Northeast Louisiana. The closing process has never been easier. With a dedicated staff that takes pride in helping our customers obtain quality service. First Security Title, 1818 Avenue of America, Monroe.
Panther fans, welcome back to the Fence Depot's second quarter. Panthers lead 17-0, 7:27 on the clock. The Rams do have it 3rd down and 6 from their own 34-yard line.
Yeah, the Rams become a little one-dimensional now with the score being the way it is. So,
1 receiver and an H-back near side, 2 receivers to the far side. Tailback goes in motion out to the flat. Setting up a screen pass, now throws it back. And it's going to fall incomplete. Connor Justice thought he had him one right there.
He knows he missed that one.
Yeah, Birch had already gotten him one. Connor Justice thought he found him a honey bun.
Yep. It was close. He was there.
That Cartown 3rd down. Panthers get the stop. Sterlington rehab 4th down. Cup coming. Richwood punting team comes on again. Hickman will drop back. Probably stand around his own 40-yard line. Punting for Richwood will be number 8, Derek Dickinson. Or Derek Dickens, I'm sorry. 4th down and 6. Panthers showing pressure. That's going to be a delay of game, back it up 5 yards.
Yeah, Richwood a little out of sync and out of sort here.
That'll make it 4th down and 11, and we'll have the punt team again.
I'm not sure if they were thinking about going for that at first or what. Punter was a little late getting out on the field.
He plays defense, too. He might have been in the defensive huddle over there.
Yeah.
Getting coached up. They'll get set again. Hickman now moves up to about his own 47. Panthers bringing the balls on the ground.
Oh, got a little hand on it.
Partially blocked. Rams will fall on it at the 41, and Panthers will have it 1st and 10 in Ram territory at the 41-yard line. Blocked there. I'm not sure which Panther.
There was 2 or 3 of them in there. It's hard to tell.
English and Frazier. I'm going to guess Bagwell and Frazier probably got a piece of that, judging by the celebration on the sideline.
We'll give them both half a point.
Those guys, they're going to let you know.
Right, that's right. You're not going to wonder who it is.
So 1st and 10 for that Panther offense. They come out, will be the Navy formation, I believe. Park Smith, Birch, and Dismuke in the full house backfield. Breen under center. There's a snap. Quick give is to Birch. He'll get ahead to the 35, giving him 6 on the play. 2nd down.
It's a good, strong run there.
Tonight's second quarter sponsor is Fence Depot.
Same formation again, full house backfield. Breen gets set. There's a snap. Quick give now upfield. He'll make a one-man miss. Now pitches it late to Park Smith, but he'll have a Downs Law Firm 1st down out of bounds, the 27-yard line.
J-Rob's really gotten a lot better at making that read. Good firm pitch there.
And one of the things I like there, Jonathan, is he's downfield but still keeps the pitch alive.
Right.
Doesn't give up on it.
That's right. He doesn't commit one way too early. It's really good. Lets the play develop.
Panthers get their call in the huddle. Xavier Strohmeyer will check in at tailback. Downs receiver to the far side. Crane set far to the near side. There's a snap. Panthers go in a hurry. It's a give to Birch. He's up to the 25. Gain of 3. 2nd down. Panthers huddle up. I formation. Green under center. There's a snap. Quick give is to Birch. He'll get to about the 22. Give him 3 more, and it'll be a 3rd down.
Birch keeps getting up, kind of holding his lower back a little bit there. I don't know.
Tweak something.
Yeah.
Something didn't feel good, but he'll stay in. I formation again. Downs way wide near side. Crane to the far side.
Feel like we might take another shot here, try to get Devin in the end zone.
Breen keeps it now, pitches it back to Stromile, and he'll be tackled for a loss. And we'll have a 4th down. Panther offense kind of stalling right here.
Yeah, you really want to get one more score here going into the half.
Field goal unit will come on for the Panthers. Ball will be down on the 23. So this will be a 40-yard attempt for Jalen Bush. This field goal attempt brought to us by First Baptist Church of Sterlington. Jalen gets it set. J-Rob to hold. There's a snap, a little low. J-Rob handles it. Ball's up.
It's got enough.
And it is good with 4:44 remaining. Panthers 20, Rams 0. We'll be right back in 30 seconds with more Panther football.
Tired of battling weeds and patchy grass? Sure Enough Greens got you covered. From weed control, fertilizer, irrigation, aeration, and tree and shrub treatment, Sure Enough does it all to keep your lawn looking its best. Need your yard clean? Call Sure Enough Green. Spraying solutions that work.
Panther fans, we're back. Fence Depot, 2nd quarter, 4:44 on the clock. Panthers extend their lead 20-0 on the 40-yard field goal by Jalen Bush. Jalen 2 for 2 tonight, a 35-yarder and a 40-yarder.
He's having himself a good little kicking night there.
We'll get that Sparks Nissan Kia drive summary in just a moment after this kick. This kick brought to us by First Baptist Church of Sterlington. Jalen makes his approach. There's the kick. This time right down the middle, be fielded right at the 9. Trying to find some room. Panthers do a nice job of closing it, but now he gets out to the outside, up across the 25 to about the 27. And that's where the Rams offense will begin, 1st and 10. I believe that was Stephen English forced him out.
Good coverage there on the kick team.
I believe that was Jordan Perkins. Go ahead and give me that Sparks Nissan Kia drive summary for the Panthers.
All right, 8 plays for 17 yards, 2 minutes and 26 seconds. Resulted in a 40-yard field goal by Mr. Jalen Bush.
1st and 10 for the Rams. They'll send 2 receivers to the near side, 1 receiver set close to the far side. Actually, 2 receivers over there.
Yep.
Now bring a man in motion across the formation. That's the tight end. There's the snap. Lane drops back, looking for a quick hitter. He'll make the catch, and he'll finally be pulled down by Sam Frazier, but he'll gain 8.
Yeah, they're looking for some mismatches in the defense there, bringing that guy in motion. They had a couple there. They had 3 receivers to 2 defenders on this side. So
I believe that was number 2, Haley again. They like him.
Yep. Well, it's kind of like we said at the beginning, try to get the ball in your athletes' hands, and hopefully they can make something happen.
Shotgun formation for the Rams. Lane calls for it. There's a snap. Give to Kane up the middle, trying to find some room outside. Now does. Ram 1st down. Out of bounds, the 45-yard line.
Sucked us into watching the pass plays and got a little gain there.
1st and 10 at the Ram 45-yard line. 3:56 on the clock here in the Fence Depot 2nd quarter. Panthers, a couple guys running off.
Like Cade Hollingsworth and Bagwell coming off. Cade looks like he might be hurt a little bit.
Give to Kane, trying to get outside. He'll fight his way, but Sam Frazier closed that door, then gets some help from his friends. Nice job there by Frazier. Justice and Birch and Bush come in to help. If I was ever making a tackle and Justice and Birch showed up, I'd appreciate the help.
Absolutely.
3 receivers setting a trips formation to the far side, 1 receiver near side. Tailback to the left of the quarterback lane.
Oh, man.
And it's
Tried
going to be
get us
false
to jump.
start.
Yep.
Going to be false start on the Rams. Back them up 5. We'll have second down 15.
Looks like they start to get a little movement there and then have a little miscommunication there on their plan.
Second and 15, Rams, 40-yard line.
Trip formation to the far side. 1 receiver set to the near side. Kane, the tailback, to the right of the quarterback in the gun. Little freeze play again. 3 minutes remaining here in the Fence Depot second quarter. Looks like they're going to take another timeout, and they will. Prime Star Home Health timeout, Richwood. They'll take the break. We'll take it with them. Be right back in 30 seconds with more second quarter football.
The law offices of Street and Street, fighting for the injured in Louisiana. When you hire us, you get us. Our clients are represented by one of our seasoned attorneys with over 65 years of experience handling cases in Louisiana. Our goal is simple: to advocate and fight for the rights of the injured. Call today for a consultation. 318-325-4418. Street and Street.
Panther fans, we're back. Fence Depot second quarter. Richwood just took their second time out of the half. Panther fans, want to remind you tonight's broadcast made possible by McDonald's. If you're listening on the radio, that broadcast made possible by Domino's Pizza of Sterlington. Richwood gets their play call, now breaks the sideline, comes out. Second down 15, ball on the Ram 40-yard line. Trips receivers to the far side, 1 receiver set here to the near side. Quarterback calls for it, now drops straight back. He's looking at a screen pass, and it's going to fall incomplete. Panthers had another shot at it.
Almost had another chance right there.
Yeah, one thing there for the Rams, I kind of feel like that, like I do sometimes when if I'm playing on the PlayStation with my son. Just keep dropping back. And you drop too far at linebacker,
then you're out of range. Yeah, that's right. Yep, keep hoping something's going to come open.
Like us, Jonathan, it's like playing Tecmo Bowl back in the day.
Right.
You drop back to the goal line and try to throw it as far as you could.
Yep, that's it.
2 receivers set to each side for the Rams. Kane making his protection calls. Now calls for it. There's the snap. He drops back. He'll throw it up again.
Oh, man, we got a
Deep
chance
ball.
right here.
And it's going to fall incomplete. That was the Cartown third down. Panther defense gets a stop. Sterlington rehab, 4th down and 15 for the Rams. Punt team will come on with 2:51. Panther offense will get it back one more time.
Yeah, it'd be good to go ahead and get one more touchdown here for the half.
Coach Tannehill having to make that run down to the field to escort his daughter in a moment. Punt team is on for the Rams. Hickman drops back around his own 35-yard line. That's going to be another delay of game. 4th down and 20 for the Rams. So they'll back them up 5, 4th down and 20. Again, this punt, or 4th down, brought to us by Sterlington Rehab. Dickens back to punt it away for the Rams again. Calls for it. There's a snap. He makes it. He'll kick it away, high
short
kick.
Punt.
And it's going to come, take a round bounce, and then go out of bounds right at the, they're going to say the 44-yard line. Panthers will come out 1st and 10. Their own 44. 2:43 on the clock. Panthers do have, I believe, 2 timeouts in their pocket. So they'll get their play call from the side and
Yeah, I kind of want to get some good movement here and kind of stalled out on that last drive. Take some momentum into the locker room here at halftime.
They will go Twins receivers to the far side. That's Downs and Crane.
Might look for that rub pass play right here.
There's a snap, counter give to the near side. That's Strohmile. He'll break one tackle and spin off another up to the 48. Be a nice gain of 8, second down. Panthers got to go a little quick, not a big hurry. Get their call. Looks like a little confusion.
Yeah, we don't want to take this much time trying to get down there.
Finally break the huddle. Twins receivers to the top. Far side. Breen calls for it. There's a snap. Fakes the toss.
There it is.
He's got Crane.
There it is.
And he's going to put it right, right off his fingertips. Incomplete.
Yep.
Yeah, they locked in on Downs, and Crane ran right by him.
Yep, they've been
just missed on that one.
They've been setting that up a little bit. That was good opportunity right there.
Just off his fingertips. Really one of the first times tonight Breen's had time to set his feet.
Yeah. Well, it was a good little play action there. Got sucked everybody in, gave him a little time.
3rd down and 2. Panthers stay in the I formation. Birch and Strohmile behind Breen.
We don't have anybody covering Crane right now. He's open.
There's the snap. Breen will take it now, pitch it back, and he's going to get no gain, and that's going to be 4th down. So it'll be 4th down. Really decision time here for the Panthers. Looks like they're going to go for it. A little surprised they didn't give it to Birch there. Just get the first down and reset.
That close in, and like I said, we've gotten a pretty good little push there.
Prime Star Home Health timeout for the Panthers. We'll keep it here, 1:24 on the clock. Just looked like we're just a little, the word we like to use, Jonathan, is discombobulated.
Yeah.
We like to sound really intelligent on Friday nights.
That's right, yeah. You use those big words.
That's right.
But yeah, no, we talked about it. You know, a lot of different formations, a lot of different looks, a lot of different substitutions coming in and out, and I think that's leading maybe to a little bit of that discombobulation on the field, you know.
Yeah, it just looked like we couldn't quite get the play call. So we've got a 4th down and 2 when we return to play.
I think the good part is when, like we talked about with these different formations, you can see we're getting some opportunities. The opportunities you want, we may not be taking advantage of them, but they're there. And so it's creating some opportunities for us, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, just the execution is what you want to start seeing a little bit of.
4th and 2.
Panthers will go I formation. I believe it'll be a 2-tight formation. Crane will be the lone receiver on the field to the far side. Panthers quickly break it, overload to the right. There's a snap, counter give to Strohmile.
That should be there. Oh, looks like
he's going to be real close. It's going to depend on the spot.
Oh, man. Yep, I think they got him. Looks like they got it.
Richwood coach says no way.
Well, that top.
They're going to say short.
Yep, that top line judge was running a little bit out of crooked line when he came in.
So Panthers come out short.
We had the overload there on the top side. Felt like that would have been a good play for us.
Yeah, right there, you really want to see Strohmile. I know he likes to dance around, but just put that head down, push ahead. He kind of got caught shuffling those feet.
Well, I think with that overload on that top side, if he just gets to that and it bounces out just a little bit, he's there. But I think he stayed in just a little too long. He said bouncing just a little bit. But
so turnover on downs for the Panthers, 1:18 on the clock here in the Fence Depot's 2nd quarter. Again, Panther fans coming up at the half, Prime Star Home Health halftime show. We'll show you all the homecoming festivities. And then Jonathan and I will get you set for the second half once all that is done. Shotgun formation for the Rams. There's the snap. Lane drops back looking for the quick hitter out in the flat. That's Haley. He'll be forced out of bounds in Panther territory at the 45.
Yeah, we want to be sure to stay locked in here. A minute and 12 seconds can be a long time. Don't want to give up a big play, but don't want to give up too much underneath over and over again too.
Rams stay in the gun. 2 receivers set to the near side, 1 to the far. Little freeze play. Lane now looks over. Gets everybody set. Panthers showing a little pressure. Birch will come. Lane. And it'll be thrown out of bounds, incomplete. And we'll have a Cartown third down and I'm going to call it 2. Upcoming.
Not really giving him a long time to sit there and look, and that's
yeah, they're wanting to take that deep shot,
right.
and it's just not a lot of time for him to set his feet, kind of like for Breen.
Right, same thing.
Not getting a clean look.
Yep.
Lane gets his play call now, gives his guys the instructions. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far. Lane calls for it, gives it to Kane, trying to find room up the middle. He'll break through. He'll have a first down. Frazier gives chase. He'll hold on, and then Birch will clean it up. But that's a Ram first down up to the 37-yard line.
It's a good little shifty run there. 1 minute.
1 minute on the clock here in the Fence Depot second quarter. Big Jacoby Robinson was in on that play. Now he checks out. Rams trying to go a little quick. 2 receivers near side.
Most
trying
of
to
their
get everybody
success,
lined out.
Yeah, most of their success has been on underneath, so they're probably trying to get. There it is. He failed though.
Takes the shot.
He looked at the receiver on this near side. He was there, but he fell.
Well, Jonathan, one thing there, I don't think they had enough men on the line of scrimmage. Both receivers to this side with no tight end were in the backfield.
Yeah, you're right.
Second and 10.
So second down, 10, 34 seconds on the clock. Rams get their play call. They'll stay with the same formation. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side, moving left to right on your radio dial.
Feel like they can look for number 2, try to get in his hands right here. There. Oh.
They're going to take another shot. He just throws it out in the flat. Nobody's there. It'll be Cartown third down upcoming.
Felt like number 2 across the middle right there was open. It gave him a little bit of a chance maybe to get a first down, but he didn't. He missed him. Maybe missed some miscommunication maybe on this bottom receiver.
Yeah, I'm judging by the quarterback's hands on his hips. He didn't like something.
Yeah.
Got about 16 seconds on the play clock. Rams will have to hustle a little bit. 10 seconds on the play clock now. Same formation again. Lane gets set. There's the snap. Over the middle. He'll make the catch right at the 30 on that Cartown third down. It'll be a 4th down and 3 as they try to go hurry, but there is 16 seconds on the clock. You have to think here they're just going to be throwing for the end zone on 4th down.
Yep.
I believe they do have one more timeout if they could get the first down. There's the snap. Lane drops back. He's looking for the deep shot.
Oh, what a catch.
It's going to be
what
caught.
a catch.
They're going to put him down.
Hickman thinks he got the ball, but they're saying he was down about the 3.
It will be first and goal for the Rams, according to the officials.
About the 4, I guess, maybe is where they're going to mark it.
So Richwood will call timeout. Timeout's brought to us by Prime Star Home Health. Richwood will have a shot, first and goal, with 1 second on the game clock. Just a jump ball there, and the guy made a great catch.
He did. He did. I mean, it's good athletic play. You know, you don't want to say, I know one big play right there, but still not kind of not the way you want your defense to go in the locker room at halftime.
No, and Richwood gets the ball to start the second half. So we'll resume play. Panther defense looking for a big stop here.
Panther fans, how about we get on our feet? 1 second remaining in the first half. First and goal, Rams.
See if they try to throw it out to the flat, maybe number 2.
Yeah, Haley would be the guy I would think they'd be looking for right here. He'll be set at the slot to the near side.
Like we're playing a little press man right here. Got Frazier on him.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about him taking the top off right here, and that's going to be a false start against Richwood. Back it up 5. It'll be 1st and goal from the 9.
Got Downs and Frazier on their 2 best here on the bottom side, so Hickman on the top side.
1st and goal from the 9.
Yeah. Panthers going to do a little press.
This may not hurt them, though, a little bit. Give them a little extra space right here.
Yeah, it's a passing offense. The yardage is not a big deal. Lane gets set, now calls for it. Now brings a man in motion across the formation. There's the snap, looking for a man.
There it is. Oh,
and it's going to be knocked away by, I believe that's Keenan Green.
Yep.
And it is Keenan Green. So Panthers stand tall there on the last play of the half. They'll take a 20-0 lead into halftime. Panther fans will take a 2-minute break, and then we'll be back with all the homecoming festivities in just a moment.
What do you do after an awesome night of Panther football? You bring on the bowling for the 5th quarter. Bayou Bowl is the official 5th quarter sponsor of Sterlington Panther football. Just right down the road and on the right is where you'll find all the 5th quarter action. Yummy snacks and cold drinks from Alligator's Grill is inside Bayou Bowl and open 7 days a week. It's the perfect place to celebrate a Panther victory. So come on, join us at Bayou Bowl after every game for the official 5th quarter. Got a lot of stuff? We've got the space. With 2 convenient locations, let Ashley Storage keep your stuff safe. In Monroe and Sterlington, Ashley Storage is where our customers are treated like family.
Meet Dave. Dave has a problem. He has way too much stuff and not enough room to store it. As Dave searches, he comes across Ashley Storage. Give us a call or check out our website at ashleystorageofsterlington.com.
Come visit McDonald Land this summer and try Grimace Island's newest thick volcanic shake. So get the new Mount McDonald Land shake with one of 6 souvenirs when you order the McDonald Land meal.
Craftsman Federal Credit Union serving our members with their financial needs. Waiting for interest rates to fall? Why wait? Craftsman Federal Credit Union can get you in the vehicle you want today at rates where you can enjoy the ride. Become a member today and see the difference at Craftsman Federal Credit Union. With 2
Around here, family is more than just a last name. It's who you show up for. For generations, the Compton family and Architects Windows and Doors has stood by this community with honesty, hard work, and a handshake you can trust. Because every window we design, every door we assemble isn't just about your house. It's about your home. Family owned, community rooted. Architects Windows and Doors, a family business built for your family.
At Sterlington Middle School, she was selected 8th grade class favorite in Miss Sterlington Middle School. Natalie says, to live in the Bayou State is very special because Louisiana offers a diversified blend of culture, cuisine, and nationalities. It's a sportsman's paradise, offering hunting and fishing and a variety of sports festivals in a genre of music while maintaining down-home Southern hospitality. She plans to attend nursing school after graduation. Freshman maid, Natalie Tannehill. Our first sophomore maid is Alexander. She's the daughter of Timber Hill and Bradley Alexander, and she's being escorted by her dad. She's a member of Delta Beta Sigma sorority, Key Club, and the North Monroe Student Ministry, all while maintaining a 4.0 grade point average. Emma says living in the Bayou State means everything. With close community spirit, the fun traditions, Southern hospitality, and deep-rooted culture, what's not to love? After high school, she plans to attend LSU and pursue a degree in the medical field. Sophomore May, Emma Alexander. Emory Briscotta is our next sophomore May. She's the daughter of Scott and Lori Briscotta, who's being escorted by her dad. She's an All-American member of the Sterlington High School dance team, the Key Club, Missy Crane Dance Studio, Louisiana Delta Ballet, historian on the student council, FCS, worship leader for First Baptist Church Sterlington Youth Group, and volunteer for the First Baptist Church Nursery and Kids Ministry, all while maintaining a 4.0 grade point average. Emory says, to me, living in the Bayou State means living in a place rich in culture, the food, the faith, and the family-oriented people. I'm so grateful to live in a place where you don't have to be related to be considered family, and to live around people that will do anything for you. You won't find that or gumbo in many other places, and I'm so proud to live in this state. After high school, she plans to attend college and major in elementary education. Sophomore May, Emory Briscotta. Also representing the sophomore class is Ellie Collins. She's the daughter of Derek and Allison Collins, and she's being escorted by her parents. She attends First Baptist Church Sterlington. Ellie is an honor roll student and cheerleader at Sterlington High School. She says to live in the Bayou State means more than just a residence. Our community gets together for great food, fellowship, and traditions. I'm so blessed to grow up in the Bayou State. After graduation, she plans to take a piece of her heart to continue cheering. Whether it's college cheers, UCA, or her ultimate goal as a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader. She's excited for her future. Sophomore May, Ellie Collins. Our final sophomore maid is Ella Grigson, who is the daughter of Brett Grigson and Crystal DeBose, and she's being escorted by her dad. She's a member of North Monroe Baptist Church and Key Club, and has a 3.9 grade point average. Ella says living in the Bayou State means a lot of Southern traditions, hospitality, culture, and good food. After high school, she plans to attend LSU and work in the medical field, becoming an influential woman. Sophomore maid, Ella Grigson. Our first maid, representing the junior class, is Lauren Hanault. She's the daughter of Brad and Crystal Hanault, and is being escorted by her dad. She's a member of the Fellowship of Christian Students in Key Club, a junior representative on student council, and a volunteer at Med Camps as a counselor in training, and a member of Cedar Crest Baptist Church. Lauren maintains a 4.0 grade point average and runs for the cross country and track team. She says Louisiana has a culture like no other, from food, lifestyle, and music. How everyone from Louisiana comes together as one, whether it be during a natural disaster or coming together to have a great time. There's no place quite like the Bayou State. She plans to attend ULM in biology and then pursue a dental school. Junior maid, Lauren Hanault. Our next junior maid is Haley Hall. She's the daughter of Calvin and Meredith Hall, and is being escorted by her dad. She's a member of the Key Club, Student Council, Sports Med, and Blue Baptist Youth Group. Haley says, to me, living in the Bayou State is very special because it introduces you to many cultures and traditions and people that you don't see in other places. I love living in Louisiana and believe we have some of the best qualities such as food and landscapes. After graduation, she plans to attend a 4-year university and major in pharmacy. Junior maid, Haley Hall. Our next junior maid is Emma Martin, the daughter of Alan and Amanda Martin, and is being escorted by her dad. She's a member of Key Club, Fellowship of Christian Students, and First Methodist Monroe. She's an honor student who ran cross country and track and field, and has been on the Sterlington High School dance line for 3 years. Emma says most people know Louisiana for its amazing food and rich culture, but for me, the Bayou State's greatest treasure is its strong and faithful community. Eating gumbo is a joy in itself, but sharing it with God-fearing, uplifting people makes it all the more meaningful. Down in the Bayou State, family isn't defined by blood, but by the love and community we share. Emma hopes to attend Mississippi State, majoring in biology, and then go on to pursue a career as a veterinarian. Junior maid is Miss Emma Martin. Our final junior maid is Ethan Tackett. She's the daughter of Rory and Justin Bobette and 10-year Sharon Tackett. She's being escorted by her mom and dad. She's an active member of North Carolina Baptist Church, member of Key Club, and chaplain to the Student Council, and also an AB Honor Roll student. Eden says living in the Bayou State means being surrounded by God's beauty and abundance. Just as the waters of Louisiana bring life, reminded in John 7:38. Rivers of living water will flow from within them. To me, Louisiana is more than home. It's a place where I can shine God's light in the community. She plans to go to live and study radiologic technology. Junior maid, Ethan Tackett. Our first senior maid is Tristan Berry. She's the daughter of Jody Steele and Scott Berry. She's being escorted by her dad. She's a member of the Key Club, Fellowship of Christian Students, at North Road Baptist Church. Tristan plays tennis and runs track for the Panthers and has maintained a 3.5 grade point average throughout high school. She says living in the Bayou State includes lots of traditions. I like that it's different from every other state and have a lifestyle that is very different, so when people visit, they haven't seen anything similar. Tristan plans to attend Louisiana Tech with a major in nursing. Senior maid, Tristan Berry. Dalen Bosley is our next senior maid. She's the daughter of Erwin and Anitra McCall and is being escorted by her parents. Dalen is captain of the Sterlington High School dance team, member of Student Council, and has maintained a 4.0 grade point average. Dalen says living in the Bayou State means being surrounded by authenticity, deep traditions, real culture, and of course, crawfish bowls that feel like a holiday. After graduation, she plans to attend Louisiana State University to major in psychology and to pursue her dream of becoming a clinical psychologist. Senior maid, Dalen Bosley. Next is senior maid Ella Elias. She's the daughter of Brian and Jill Elias and is being escorted by her dad. Ella is involved in Key Club and attends North Road Baptist Church. She's a 4-year All-American cheerleader and a 2-year member of the soccer team at Sterlington High School. She maintains a 4.0 grade point average. Ella says living in the Bayou State holds many traditions and is something to be grateful for. From Mardi Gras parades filled with music and beads to family crawfish bowls where everyone gathers around the table. These traditions connect people to both their culture and each other. Bayous, lakes, rivers, and more provide just the scenery. They create an atmosphere of peace and beauty. After high school, Ella plans to attend Louisiana Tech to obtain a degree in biology, and then plans to attend LSU's Physician's Assistance Program. Senior maid, Ella Elias. The 2025 football sweetheart is Brogan Sutton. Brogan is the daughter of Darren Sutton and Madison Sutton. She's involved in Key Club and attends North Road Baptist Church and is an All-American cheerleader for Sterlington High School. Brogan has maintained an AB honor roll throughout high school and says the Bayous represent peace and beauty, while the traditions, food, and music show the heart of the people here. It's about community, resilience, and pride, and a lifestyle that's unique to Louisiana. I'm so thankful for my family, school, coaches, and friends throughout my high school time to be a part of Homecoming Court. She plans to attend Louisiana Tech and study to be an ultrasound tech. Football sweetheart, Miss Brogan Sutton. Now our 2025 Homecoming Maid of Honor is Miss Katie Caldwell. She's the daughter of Rand Caldwell and Angela Martin and is being escorted by her dad. Katie is an honor roll student who's on the Sterlington High School dance team and attends First Methodist Church. She says living in the Bayou State is all about the culture and soaking up crawfish season. She plans to attend college and major in dental hygiene to eventually become a dental hygienist. Maid of Honor, Miss Katie Caldwell. Allison Adeline Coley. Adeline is the daughter of Sharon Slusher and Casey Coley and is being escorted by her dad. She's a member of Key Club at North Row Baptist Church. She's also an honor roll student and All-American cheerleader. Adeline says, tonight I honor my Aunt Kelly Coley, who was crowned homecoming queen years ago, but tragically passed away in a car accident shortly after. Her grace, kindness, and beautiful spirit continue to inspire me every day. I hope her light continues to shine through me. After high school, Adeline plans to attend Louisiana Tech and major in nursing to become an NICU nurse. 2025 homecoming queen, Adeline Coley.
I'm coming to window.
At this time, Miss Dalian Johnson will present flowers on behalf of the Sterlington Quarterback Club to our football sweetheart, Miss Brogan Sutton, Maid of Honor, Miss Katie Caldwell, and our queen, Adeline Coley.
I was hoping for that long one that he dropped.
They're trying to use this defensive dude.
Yeah,
they're hanging their hat on defense, but the yardage is 1 yard apart.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2025 homecoming corps.
Like a fish.
Yeah, their first drive looked like a touchdown drive. He didn't throw that pick six.
Yeah, Trey undercut that one. That screen pass, they've been fortunate. We hadn't picked off 3 or 4 more if they come back. Oh, boy. All right.
Well, I feel like some of it we're not taking a chance to get deep and giving up the other.
Yeah. As long as we tackle, I'm okay with that. That's right. That's Doty's whole approach is make them line up and snap it. Right. We need to time them more. We'll wait just a minute because neither one of the teams are even out. Check some scores.
Would you say Ruston and Washington was 14-7?
Yeah.
Craftman Federal Credit Union serving our members with their financial needs. Waiting for interest rates to fall? Why wait? Craftman Federal Credit Union can get you in the vehicle you want today at rates where you can enjoy the ride. Become a member today and see the difference at Craftman Federal Credit Union, with 2 locations to serve you in Bastrop and Sterlington, or visit us at craftmanfcu.com. Local people helping local people since 1953.
Around here, family is more than just a last name. It's who you show up for. For generations, the Compton family and Architects Windows and Doors has stood by this community with honesty, hard work, and a handshake you can trust. Because every window we design, every door we assemble isn't just about your house. It's about your home. Family owned, community rooted, Architects Windows and Doors. A family business built for your family.
Marion State Bank. Rooted in education and athletics, Marion State Bank is committed to investing in the future through scholarships, sponsorships, and community support. We're empowering students and athletes to dream big and achieve more because their success is our success. Investing in our future, supporting education and athletics. Marion State Bank, rooted in community, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Fence Depot uses quality materials and has the expertise to give you the best service with the best price. They take pride in offering their customers a full selection of fencing options. For chain link, ornamental, vinyl, wildlife, and more, try Fence Depot in West Monroe. 318-331-4457. Fence Depot.
For over 50 years, Cartown has been servicing Northeast Louisiana, and the Sterlington Panthers have been a huge part of our growth. And for that, Cartown Tires and Service would like to say, go Panthers!
Repair it, catch up on bills, or replace it. Turn your home's equity into endless possibilities with a home equity line of credit from Cross Keys Bank. I'm Lee Riordan, Senior Vice President and Market Manager. Stop by and visit me today at our Sterlington branch for more details. Or give me a call at 665-4511. Cross Keys Bank, proud supporter of the Sterlington Panthers. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Choose Prime Star Home Health. We'll provide the best care for your patient or loved one. From managing chronic conditions to wound care and therapy, we specialize in a wide range of services. Prime Star Home Health. We have the skill to heal and the spirit to care. Choose Prime Star Home Health. We'll provide the best care for your patient or loved one. From managing chronic conditions to wound care and therapy, we specialize in a wide range of services. Prime Star Home Health. We have the skill to heal and the spirit to care.
Sustaining a brain injury due to someone else's negligence is devastating. Downs Law Firm can't change what happened, but they will fight to hold those at fault accountable and aggressively negotiate with insurance to recover fair compensation.
Neither snow-capped mountains nor puddles of water, nor unexpected detours with a 20-foot drainage pipe can stop the ruggedly capable Telluride X Pro from getting you to your dinner reservation on time.
Okay.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Panther fans, welcome into the Prime Star Home Health halftime show. All the festivities are done. Congratulations to Adeline Coley, this year's 2025 Homecoming Queen, and Miss Katie Caldwell, the 2025 Maid of Honor. And congratulations to those ladies and all the ladies who made the homecoming court, and appreciate all their hard work and love for their community and their school. Well, Jonathan, first half, Panthers jump out to a quick 14-0 lead and then really just kind of settled in. Got a couple field goals, but even the two field goals came off a short field.
Right, yeah, I mean, that was not anything we really earned to get those field goals. So I know that in the locker room there, they had to get in there and make some adjustments because you don't want to see us sputtering out like that on offense.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that we talked about early on, or I was talking about with Coach Foster even this afternoon before we came upstairs, Coach Geis at Richwood is a defensive guy. That's where he's kind of hung his hat. He's been some great places, was at ULM for a little while, and he is a defensive strategist. And I think you kind of see that with Richwood. And if you watch some games even that they've played this year, they've been in almost every ball game come fourth quarter, and their defense has been the thing that kind of keeps them hanging around. And so Panthers fortunate even with the offense to keep Richwood out of the end zone, especially there at the end of the half. Nice job by Keenan Green to swat one away. And but even looking at the yardage, just no separation.
Nothing. Yeah, no, I mean, that is, when you look at it, there wasn't 1 yard of offense separating each other. But, yeah, Richwood definitely made some good adjustments on defense to kind of stop us there. And we missed a couple opportunities I think we had on offense. But, yeah, they definitely made the adjustments to slow us down after that first quarter.
Yeah, just looking at the stats that Sturdivant sent us, Richwood had 12 carries for 33 yards. They were 10 of 19 with an interception and 100 yards passing. Picked up 5 first downs. Sterlington on the other side, 23 rushes for 133 yards, 1 of 6 for 1 yard passing, and 6 first downs. So really, statistically, not any separation.
That's right. Yeah, you wouldn't think it was 20-0, you know, but our defense as well, though. Our defense did a good job containing the athletes, making sure that nobody, big plays were given up. We had just the one pass, and that was just a phenomenal catch by that receiver there. But our defense has done a good job adjusting to the movement and the setups with the multiple wide receivers on each side. And so we compliment our defense there for that work, too.
Defense continuing to work hard, and they'll be the first on the field as Richwood will receive the second half kickoff in just a moment. And then offensively for the Panthers, you just got to come out and keep grinding. I wouldn't be surprised to see us go back to a little more fullback game.
Right.
And just really establish that line of scrimmage again.
Right.
And then run some things off of that once you do that.
Yeah, I think that's we'll see some more of our traditional style of offense, I think, back out on the field to start. At least see if we can't get a little bit of a drive going.
Yeah, and then for Richwood, you have to think they're going to come out, and it wouldn't be surprising for me to see them, maybe run one or two and then just keep taking the shots over the top, trying to open it up.
Yeah, they've got guys open each time. The quarterback, again, we talked about it at the end of the half there. We're not giving him a lot of time, kind of like J-Rob, to set his feet and throw it, so that's helping us. But they're definitely getting some guys open in some spots. So if he can ever get time to find them, we're going to have to be ready for that.
Yep. Well, Panther fans, we're making our way towards the third quarter. That's going to do it for the Prime Star Home Health halftime show. Richwood's going to break the huddle. They'll come out to receive this opening kick of the second half. This third quarter will be brought to us by Cross Keys Bank. Panther fans, also want to remind you about our fifth quarter sponsor, Bayou Bowl. Also, Press Box sponsor, Shawnuff Green. Your grass is always greener when you hire the Shawnuff Green team. Also be watching each week for the hype video brought to us by Ashley Storage. Jalen Bush gets it teed up, ready to kick it away. This kick brought to us by First Baptist Church of Sterlington. Jalen will make his approach. Be a high kick, going to be offsides on the Panthers.
Flag.
Anything that quick, that's going to back it up 5 yards, and they'll re-kick from the 35.
Looks like they're frustrated with Keenan Green there. He must have got a little ahead of himself.
So they'll back it up and do it again.
It's not really what you want to see coming out of the halftime, a penalty right out of the gate,
No. So they'll tee it up, do it again. Again, this kick brought to us by First Baptist Church of Sterlington. Panther fans want to remind you, each Tuesday night, we'll have the Frenchman's Bend Coaches Show brought to us by Prime Star Home Health. We will not meet this Tuesday night. We'll have a pre-recorded show. It's fall break, and so Coach and myself are going to take a little week to catch our breath, and then we'll be back the following week. Line drive kick by Bush downfield, fielded by Haley at about the 25.
Oh, Connor Justice met him head on right there. Or was that Jet Johnson maybe?
I believe that's Jet.
Yeah, Jet Johnson.
Yeah, just a brick wall there for the – all right, well, he'll make the tackle. They'll mark it at the 33, I believe. 1st and 10 for the Rams. Yeah, nice job there holding his block and then just planted his feet.
Yeah, there's a lot of freshmen out there that we had last year over the middle school that are finding ways to contribute, and that's exciting to see.
Panther defense on the field, 1st and 10. Rams do have their own 33-yard line as we begin play here in the Cross Keys Bank third quarter. 2 receivers to each side, Lane and Kane in the backfield. Lane, the quarterback, gets set, now brings the man in motion across the formation. There's the snap, looking for a quick hitter out. And it's going to be picked off. That'll be Cade Hollingsworth, and he's got some blockers. He'll make a man miss and going to be tackled right at the 2-yard line. That's a David Bryant, your local Sterlington Realtor, turnover for the Panthers.
Great play there by Cade Hollingsworth being in the right spot. They had the numbers on us on the side. Looked like the quarterback made a bad read on who was the open guy, but great play by Cade there.
So Panther offense will come out in its best position so far, starting position at their own, I believe they're going to say the 3-yard line. So 1st and goal at the 3. Panthers in business in the Ron Bush State Farm red zone. Panthers will go with 3 backs, 2 tights. That'll be Park Smith, Birch, and Dismuke behind Breen in the full house. Panthers going quickly. Breen under center. There's a snap and a give. He'll give it straight ahead to Birch. Touchdown, Panthers! That touchdown brought to us by the Lofts of Street and Street.
Well, it doesn't add very much to the offense totals, but it's points on the board. So
11:38 on the clock. Panthers extend their lead 26-0. Extra point pending. It will be William Lyon to attempt this extra point. Extra point brought to us by First Baptist Church of Sterlington. Breen to hold. There's a snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it's no good. No good.
Wide right.
11:38, Panthers take just a couple seconds, score quickly, and that's kind of the way you would have drawn it up if you could.
That's it.
Kick it off to Richwood. They run one play and throw an interception. Hollingsworth takes it back to the 2, one play, punch it in.
Yeah, it's hard to beat that quick, get some points on the board right out of the half.
Officially, Mr. Sturdivant says that's a 4-yard scoring drive, taking 4 seconds off.
Hey, take all the yards we can get.
That's right. That gets us up to 140. That's crazy to me.
It is. That's unbelievable.
You got
26. Yeah, 26 points on the board and only 140 yards.
So Panther kickoff team will be back out here in the Cross Keys Bank third quarter. Jalen will get it teed up. Again, this kick brought to us by FBC Sterlington. Jalen makes his approach. Be a little squib kick over on the near side.
Got a chance.
That ball is live, and there's a scramble for it.
I
think Richwood is on it.
Gave us a chance there. It was a good little kick by Jalen.
Will be first down for the Rams. I'm going to put it down around the 27, 28-yard line. Maybe the 28-yard line. Yeah, nice kick there by Jalen. Now that was kind of hard to handle.
It was bouncing really well down through there.
Spinning and just keeping it interesting.
It's hard to handle when you see people coming at you trying to knock you out.
Shotgun formation for the Rams. One receiver and an H-back near side, 2 receivers to the far side. Lane calls for it. There's a snap. He'll give it to Kane, and he'll be cut down at the 27. That'll be a loss of 1. Second down. Number 10, Nick Cooper, will check in at the near side corner. Silas Ashley there on the stop.
Got some different wide receivers in the game now, too. Looks like number 2 still lined up on the top side, but
2 receivers up top. Lane rolls out. English gives chase, and he's going to sack him for a loss. Ball's on the ground. Actually going to say he's down. Stephen English with a big sack back at the 15-yard line, maybe the 16. They'll say the 16, loss of 12.
That defensive front is just not giving him any time to get his feet set. We're keeping him covered just long enough for us to get that back there and give him some trouble.
I believe that quarterback got rolled up on. He will check out. We'll get you the new quarterback number in just a moment. Can't see his number just yet.
We got Devin back in on the top side at corner.
Going to be a delay of game on the Rams. Back them up 5 more. It'll be a Cartown third down from their own 11.
Start to see some of the Richwood players getting frustrated at themselves out there.
I believe that quarterback's going to be number 19, Terrell Alexander, a freshman. Panthers bringing heat. Going to be a give to Kane. Birch first one through, and he'll take him down at the 9.
Great blitz tackle right there by Birch.
Sterlington rehab 4th down as the punting unit comes back on for the Rams. Panther defense goes right back to work, gets a stop. Hickman will drop back, standing around his own 40-yard line. Actually standing at the Ram 40-yard line. 9:34 on the clock. Panthers lead 26-0 here in the Cross Keys Bank third quarter. Dickens on to punt it away. This time, Panthers show a possible return. Now they'll show a little pressure. There's the snap. Dickens takes it. He'll get it away. Hickman's going to catch it at the 36. He'll dance through one and then another, but be tackled right at the 34-yard line.
Had a couple of them missed there, but good defense or good coverage there by the Rams.
They'll actually put it down at the 35. 1st and 10 in Ram territory for the Panthers as their offense comes back out.
1st and 10, Panthers. Rams, 35-yard line. Panther fans, just a reminder, tonight's third quarter sponsor is...
Panthers will break the huddle from the sideline. They'll send 2 receivers out. 1 receiver set near side, 1 to the far side. That's Downs to the far side, Crane near side. Full house backfield with Dismuke, Birch, and Park Smith behind Breen. Breen under center. Now brings Dismuke in motion. There's a snap. Breen drops back.
Yeah, we got a flag on the top. We got Dismuke was going towards the line of scrimmage before the snap there.
Got 2 flags. So we're going to get a defensive holding here on Park Smith. I'm not sure. I
don't know. I know we got the flag on the top. Dismuke was turning up the field a little too soon there.
Will be pass interference. Pass interference on the Rams. Actually, now we're going to hold. Not sure what the far flag is. Like there's some discussion. They're going to say illegal formation against the Panthers. Pass interference against Richwood. Those will offset. We'll replay 1st down. Must not have had enough men on the line of scrimmage.
No, I think it was illegal motion for us.
Did Dismuke start going towards the line of scrimmage?
Yeah, Dismuke was going towards the line of scrimmage before the snap.
So Panthers line it up again. There's a snap. Looking for it. Now going to take a shot. He's got Downs. And
good
nice defense there. Swatted away.
Defense.
2nd down upcoming.
J-Rob had a little time there. Be able to get his feet set and make a throw.
Yeah, good look. I'm no quarterback, but I'd like there to see that ball a little bit more towards the numbers, kind of putting him outside, get it away from the receiver. But
right.
Still a good-looking throw. Just a good defense there by the Rams. Full house backfield for the Panthers, 2 tight. Park Smith, Birch, and Dismuke. There's a snap. Quick give to Birch. He'll gain maybe 2 to the 33, and we'll have a 3rd down and 8 upcoming.
We're really not getting a lot of push off of the line there.
3rd and 8 for the Panthers.
Their defensive front's doing a pretty good job.
Same formation again. This time Park Smith goes in motion. There's the quick toss back to Park Smith. Looking for blockers. He'll make one man miss and then slip and go out of bounds to the 29. It'll be 4th down.
Richwood does a good job of cutting off that outside. They're quick to get there. It's hard to get around that edge on them.
4th down and 4. Panthers will choose to go for it. This will be about a 46-yarder if they attempted the field goal. They elect not to.
So we're going to have Devin and Crane on the top side. This little it might look for Devin right here.
There's a snap. Counter
there he
pass.
Comes right there.
Looking for Birch. Quick toss out. He'll make one man miss, and he'll have the Downs Law Firm 1st down up inside the Ron Bush State Farm red zone. Old staple counteraction pass there.
That's it.
Catch Birch in the flat.
Have a lot of success with that across the road, too, over the middle school.
It's like you guys talk about it or something.
I'm telling you. It's like there's some kind of plan or something.
Ron Bush State Farm red zone for the Panthers. Xavier Stromile in the eye behind Birch and Breen. One receiver to each side. There's a snap. Counter pass again. Tosses out quickly, and we're going to have a flag on the play. That's going to be
2 flags.
Well, it's going to be an eligible receiver downfield. You had lineman about 8 yards downfield when he threw the pass. Must have been some confusion about the play action. So that'll bring it back.
That's frustrating. It reminds me of some things I've heard Coach Magoo say throughout the year. get frustrated about the little things because the little things matter.
That's right.
And these little things hurt us right here, try to kill our drives here. I know that's got to be frustrating for the coaches down there.
Yeah, there was a couple linemen well downfield that, like I said, I think probably they heard counter and didn't catch the pass.
Yeah.
So 1st and 15, ball on the 25. Twins receivers to the far side, Breen in the gun. There's a snap. He rolls right, looking for a man, taking a shot for the corner, and it's going to be
another flag.
Well, that flag's well back.
Yeah, that's back here at the line. He threw it from the line.
Ineligible receiver again.
Jeez.
I missed that one.
Well, in that play, like we talked about just a second ago, Devin really didn't have a lot of space to go get that ball. We kind of threw him out of field.
So that'll back him up 5 more yards. 1st and 20. Yeah, Panther offense just not real clean right now. 1st and 20. William and I talk often about the Panthers wanting to stay on script and ahead of the chains.
Right.
Not meeting that definition right now.
Not happening tonight.
Full house backfield. Dismute goes in motion. There's the fake, the toss. Now looking for the throwback to Birch, and he's got blockers downfield. Looking for Big Ferguson's there, and then Crane. Touchdown, Panthers.
Very well designed play. Got him, Richwood looking to the top side of the field and left Birch uncovered on the bottom. Very nice.
So Panthers will elect to go for 2. That touchdown brought to us by the law offices of Street and Street. 30-yard touchdown pass from Breen to Birch on the screen. A little life there for that Panther offense.
Yeah, it's exciting to see. Some things start to work a little bit for them right there.
Panthers go with the single back formation. It'll be Birch behind Breen. Breen under center. There's a snap. Quick give to Birch, and he's in for the 2 points. With 7:15 remaining third quarter, Panthers 34, Rams 0. We'll take 30 seconds and be right back with more Panther football.
Come visit McDonald Land this summer and try Grimace Island's newest thick volcanic shake. So get the new Mount McDonald Land shake with one of 6 souvenirs when you order the McDonald Land meal.
For over 50 years, Cartown's been servicing Northeast Louisiana, and the Sterlington Panthers have been a huge part of our growth. And for that, Cartown Tires and Service would like to say, go Panthers!
Panther fans, we're back in the Cross Keys Bank third quarter. Panthers extend their lead 34-0 over the Rams. We'll get you that Sparks Nissan Kia drive summary in just a moment. William Lyon will come out to kick this one away for the Panthers. This kickoff brought to us by First Baptist Church of Sterlington.
Oh, a little trick kick there.
And it's going to roll on the ground. Richwood does a nice job there of recovering, and they'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line.
A little different look there from William.
1st and 10, their own 47-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 47 for the Rams. They'll huddle up on the sideline, get their play call. Now they'll come across. Number 19, Alexander, will remain in the ball game at quarterback for Richwood. Terrell Alexander, the quarterback. Kane to his left. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. Quick give to Kane. Finds some room around the near side, and he'll be forced out of bounds near the first down marker.
Not sure what our defense saw there. We had outside linebacker, the inside middle linebacker moved out to the top side with 2 receivers and left a big hole on the bottom side of the field here.
2 receivers near side, 1 receiver and an H-back to the far side. Alexander takes it, now gives it to Kane. I believe he's going to have enough for a Ram first down at the 43-yard line.
They had to run a lot between the tackles, but it's enough to get them that first down there.
Harris on the tackle. First down, Rams.
Alexander gets him set again. Jonathan, I have to think with this freshman quarterback, they're probably not going to look to throw, but I could be wrong.
Well, I was just thinking, not knowing anything about this guy, is he a runner or passer or what is he? But he sure hadn't tried to throw like the last quarter, the starter quarterback. So
I see the quarterback Lane over on the sideline not holding his helmet, so we may not see him again. Alexander now going to drop back and prove me wrong.
Here we go.
Nice ball in the air.
A little underthrown.
They're going to call pass interference.
Dang it, on Frazier.
I believe that's on that side should be Jalen Bush. That is Bush.
Yeah, it's Bush, yeah. Yeah, ball just a little underthrown there. Receiver tried to come back on it.
Yeah, pass interference call. But one thing that the rule changed several years ago used to be like you got to make a play on the ball. You got to, that face guarding doesn't exist anymore.
Right, that's right.
I'm not sure he got there early, but they say he did. So that'll be 15 yards and a first down for the Rams. I think they thought it was a spot foul. Now they'll come back and put the ball down at the 28-yard line. Yeah, young freshman made me eat my own words. That was a nice ball.
I know.
There's a snap. Give this times to number, I believe that's 20. I don't have his name on my roster. Be no gain, second down.
No gain on play. Tackled by the entire Panther defense. Second and 10.
It's possibly Thomas Stanley on the carry there for Richwood, but I'm not sure. Two receivers near side, one to the far. Alexander gets them set, now calls for it. There's the snap. He's going to take another shot.
Again. Oh, man. Jalen had a chance at that.
Nice coverage. And we'll have a Cartown third down for that Panther defense.
Looks like we're starting to sub in a few players here. That Nick Cooper down here at the bottom at cornerback. Jacoby Robinson back in on the line.
I believe you got Ashton Bradford, a defensive end as well on this near side. Shotgun formation. Up, ball's going to come out. Kane's going to handle it, and he'll be tackled for a 1-yard loss, and we'll have a Sorensen rehab fourth down.
Yeah, not a lot for him right there up the middle.
Not sure if that was a direct snap or just a mishandle.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to tell with that freshman if it just was a miscue or what.
Three receivers set near side, one receiver to the far side. Panthers going to jump off sides. That'll be 5 yards, and we have a Sorensen rehab.
We had a little confusion on defense there anyway, so that may not have been a terrible thing.
A reset, so we'll have 4th down and 6 upcoming.
Well, now we're setting up a little bit better.
4th and 5.
Oh, yeah, now we got these guys covered down here a little bit better than we did in that last set.
Alexander calls for it. Trying to draw them off sides. Panthers don't flinch. We're going to have now we're going to have timeout, Richwood. Timeout tonight brought to us by Prime Star Home Health. They'll take the break. We'll take it with them. Be right back with more Panther football.
Marion State Bank. Rooted in education and athletics, Marion State Bank is committed to investing in the future through scholarships, sponsorships, and community support. We're empowering students and athletes to dream big and achieve more because their success is our success. Investing in our future, supporting education and athletics. Marion State Bank, rooted in community, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Panther fans, we're back here in the Cross Keys Bank third quarter. Panthers lead 34-0. 5:20 remains on the clock in this quarter. Richwood has it in Panther territory at the 24-yard line. They face a 4th down and 6. 4th down tonight brought to us by Sterlington Rehab.
Got twins here on the bottom side.
Two receivers near side, one to the far. Alexander calls for it, looking for the
There
rail
he
route
is,
to the
there
back.
he is.
And
Man.
behind him, incomplete. They had him.
Yep, he was there.
But that'll be a turnover on downs. Turnover tonight's brought to us by David Bryant, your local Sterlington realtor.
He has a little different look for our defense there. They hadn't seen that play yet tonight, and they had him.
Yep, definitely make a note to cover that one in practice.
Yep.
1st and 10 for the Panther offense.
First and 10, Panthers.
They'll go full house backfield again with Dismuke, Birch, and Park Smith. One receiver to each side. That's Crane and Downs. Breen under center. There's the snap. Quick give to Birch. And he'll get to about the 28-yard line. Give him a carry of about 4. We'll have 2nd down and 6. Panthers stay with the same personnel, so it'll be the same formation again. Downs to the near side. Crane out wide to the far side. 3 backs set behind Breen.
That's a good run.
Birch is going to get all the way up to the 40-yard line. It's a Downs Law Firm. 1st down for the Panthers.
Offensive line did a great job there. Made a big old hole for him to go through.
Panthers break the huddle. Same formation again. Full house backfield. There's a snap. Quick toss back to Dismuke, trying to find some room. He's got blockers outside.
Got the edge.
He's in the Ram territory, out of bounds at the 41-yard line. Downs Law Firm. 1st down for the Panthers.
Birch and Downs did a great job setting that edge for him.
Panthers have it in Ram territory. 1st and 10 at the 41. 4:07 on the clock. Panthers lead 34-0. Panthers stay with the same formation.
First and 10.
There's a snap. This time Breen keeps it around the near side, and he's got room. He'll have a Downs Law Firm 1st down. He's still running down inside the 5.
That was a great read by J-Rob right there.
Downs Law Firm 1st down. I believe they're going to mark him down at the 5. And the Panthers are in business again in the Ron Bush State Farm red zone.
Did a great job keeping his eyes up the field there and seeing where the defense was. It was a good run.
Do want to say thank you to Mr. Mitch Houston and First Security Title for their sponsorship of Players of the Week each and every week of Panther football. Looks like we're going to have a stoppage. Timeout, Richwood. This timeout brought to us by Prime Star Home Health. We'll keep it here. I believe that's their 2nd timeout already of the half. They'll have 1 remaining. And this is kind of the drive we thought we'd see all night long.
Yeah, this is what you want to see right here. This is the kind of offense you're used to, and you would expect to see against, Richwood's been playing the same guys most of the night,
Yeah, and then the other thing for Richwood is, and we saw this early this season against even a team like Tioga, that some of their big guys are playing offensive line and defensive line.
That's right.
And we don't have that. We've got 2 different groups that play that, and against the style of offense that we run, that's asking a lot.
A lot, yep. That's a major toll on them over the course of the 4 quarters here. But I think we're definitely executing better in the second half here than we were in the first half.
So Panthers will this time go 2 tight with a full house backfield. Again, that's Park Smith, Birch, and Dismuke in the backfield behind J-Rob Breen as he gets ready to go under center. J-Rob making his calls, now goes under. There's a snap. Quick give is to Birch. He'll get to the 2, gain of 3, and we'll have 2nd down and goal from the 2. Panthers in the huddle now. Come out.
Here.
J-Rob again making his checks, now goes under. There's a snap. Quick give ahead. They're going to get just to the 1, and we'll have third down. Panthers having a little trouble here close to the goal line.
Yeah, that's, again, they're not getting a real good push up on the front right there.
Now we'll bring some big bodies in as Sam Jansen and Mason Lingfeld check in. Single back behind Breen. Panthers go jumbo. There's a snap. Quick give, and he's in this time. Touchdown, Panthers. That's another law offices of Street and Street Panther touchdown as Birch punches in from 1 yard away. Panthers will go for 2, and that's not necessarily trying to run the score up, but if they get to 42, it will be running clock the rest of the way. Panthers get their call. Now they'll break the huddle. 2 tight. Full house. Dismuke, Birch, and Park Smith behind Breen. There's a snap. Quick toss back to Dismuke trying to get through. He slipped, and he's going to be no good. But with 2:42 on the clock, Panthers 40, Rams 0. We'll take a quick 30-second break and be right back in 30 seconds.
Tired of battling weeds and patchy grass? Sure Enough Green's got you covered. From weed control, fertilizer, irrigation, aeration, and tree and shrub treatment, Sure Enough does it all to keep your lawn looking its best. Need your yard clean? Call Sure Enough Green. Spraying solutions that work.
Panther fans, we're back in the Cross Keys Bank third quarter. Panthers extend their lead 40-0 over the Richwood Rams. And Jalen Bush comes out to kick it away. This kick brought to us by First Baptist Church of Sterlington.
Number 5, Jalen Bush for the kickoff. Kickoff sponsored by First Baptist Church, Sterlington.
Jalen gets them set. Now makes his approach. A nice high kick, going to drive the return man back to his own 10. One Panther misses, now another Panther misses, and he's trying to get up the far sideline. And that'll be Sam Frazier who'll drag him down to the 43-yard line.
It's a good return there.
Couple Panthers missed him, and then Sam cleaned it up.
So we're starting to make some substitutions
Do we have a flag
here.
on the plate? Or just some discussion? I think it's just some discussion. Actually put the ball down on the 41 of the Rams. 2:03. Actually, it is going to be running clock. So Richwood must have agreed to the running clock. So we'll be running clock the rest of the way. And there will be some substitutions. We'll try to get those guys' names. I see Tanner Kane.
Jet Johnson.
Breland Davis.
Drew Voker.
Rams in shotgun formation. There's the snap. He's going to drop back looking for the quick hitter out in the flat.
Anderson walked there on the top side.
Pass incomplete. Second down. Actually, there's a flag on the play.
Must have just fallen out.
All right.
Never know these days.
Second down and 10 from the 41 as the clock continues to wind inside 1 minute here in the Cross Keys Bank third quarter. There's a snap. Quick give is to Kane, trying to get around this outside. There'll be a flag on the play. He'll get up to the 45, gain of 4. It will be on Richwood. Holding against the Rams, back them up 10 yards. We'll replay second down as the clock goes inside 35 seconds. So we'll have a second down.
Second and 16.
Second and 17. Shotgun formation. Rams trying to get lined up. A little confusion for them with 10 seconds on the play clock.
They're just trying to run it to the quarter.
And they'll get there. That'll be the final play of the Cross Keys Bank third quarter. After 3 quarters, Panthers 40, Rams 0. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back with fourth quarter football in just a moment.
Sterlington Rehabilitation Hospital and Rural Health Clinics offers inpatient and outpatient services. And they're now offering LSVT big treatment to those suffering from Parkinson's disease. They're seeing many documented improvements in patients, such as faster walking with bigger steps, improved balance, better movement in the torso, and a reduced risk of falling. They're LSVT big certified. Please come by and see one of their certified clinicians today. First Security Title of Monroe provides real estate transaction services in Northeast Louisiana. The closing process has never been easier. With a dedicated staff that takes pride in helping our customers obtain quality service. First Security Title, 1818 Avenue of America, Monroe.
Panther fans, we're back here in the Marion State Bank fourth quarter. Panthers lead 40-0. 12-minute running clock has started. Rams do have it. Second down and 17. Play action pass by Alexander. He tosses it out, and it'll be knocked away by Brock Sutton, assisted by Ashton Bradford.
Pass broken up by number 28, Brock Sutton.
Cartown, third down and 17. Well, Jonathan, running clock, so just want to say, man, thanks for filling in tonight.
Absolutely.
And you don't have the velvety voice that William does, but you've done a great job.
Well, thank you. I've enjoyed being up here. It's been fun. Thanks for having me up here.
2 receivers near side, 1 to the far. There's the snap. Panthers bring a little pressure. Alexander steps up, now throws the deep ball, and he'll overthrow the receiver incomplete, and we'll have a Cartown. Actually, that was a Cartown third down. Sterlington Rehab fourth down upcoming, and the punting unit will come on.
Yeah, as I said on that last play, they whether the quarterback could get it there or not, they were still running some deep routes. So
Panthers will not drop anyone back deep here. They'll play it safe. Dickens will drop to punt for the Rams. 10:30 on the clock. Panthers lead 40-0. There's a snap. Panthers don't bring any pressure, just play it safe. Nice low kick. Going to go dead right at the 28-yard line. Panther 29. Panther offense will come out first and 10. Would imagine we might see some young bucks right here.
Yeah, I think we'll start to get some on the offensive side of the ball too here. Yeah, it looks like J-Rob's out.
Well, he threw his helmet on, but he's got a towel around his neck.
Yep.
I would imagine we're going to see the freshman Austin Hill.
Yep.
First and 10 for that Panther offense, and it will be. I see Lingfelt, Jansen.
Sterlington.
I believe that's Tucker Miller at center. Landon Washington at tailback. Mott at fullback. Receiver will be Tremaine Lombard to the far side. There's a snap. Quick give to Mott.
That's still a little push.
And Mott will get all the way up to the 34, giving 5, second down. Second down 5 for that Panther offense. Cullen Barnett will check in at the near side receiver.
Panther fans, we'd like to thank our press box sponsor, too, Sawdust Green. Your grass is always green when you hire the Sawdust Green team.
I formation. Hill takes it, tossed back to Washington. And he'll run into a host of Rams at the line of scrimmage. We'll actually may give him about half a yard. And we'll have a third down. I'll give him a yard. Third down and 4.
Yeah, not much there on that.
Panthers will come out. One receiver to each side. Lombard to the far side. Barnett to the near side, the receiver. Mott and Washington behind Hill. Hill goes under. There's a snap. Quick give to Mott. And he'll get up to the 41. Downs Law Firm. First down for the Panthers.
Good hard little run there by Mott.
I believe that's Graham. Trying to see who that is to check in. I believe that's 89. That'll be Brayton Mott checking in at tight end. I formation again. Hill goes under center. There's a snap. Quick give is to Mott again. And he's up to the 50-yard line. Give him 9. Second down 1.
I think that might be 88 Graham Chandler at tight end.
Well, I would have thought that too, except I know that Graham had his knees and his elbows wrapped earlier.
Did he? Okay.
So you may be right. It may be Graham.
It's hard to tell if it's 88 or 89.
I formation. There's a snap. This time Hill keeps it. Now pitches it back to Washington. He's trying to outrun some Rams. He'll get up to the 50, and we'll have a third down and real short. Watching Miss Jans talk with her hands. Class of 2001. Mary, you got your moment of fame here on the YouTube channel. Uh-oh, we got a man down on the far side. Didn't know the Panther was down. Panther fans, we're going to take a break. We'll step away for 60 seconds and be back in just a moment.
For over 50 years, Cartown's been servicing Northeast Louisiana, and the Sterlington Panthers have been a huge part of our growth. And for that, Cartown Tires and Service would like to say, go Panthers!
What do you do after an awesome night of Panther football? You bring on the bowling for the 5th quarter. Bayou Bowl is the official 5th quarter sponsor of Sterlington Panther football. Just right down the road and on the right is where you'll find all the 5th quarter action. Yummy snacks and cold drinks from Alligator's Grill is inside Bayou Bowl and open 7 days a week. It's the perfect place to celebrate a Panther victory. So come on, join us at Bayou Bowl after every game for the official 5th quarter.
Panther fans, welcome back to the Marion State Bank 4th quarter. Landon Washington shaking up on the play. He'll get assisted off. Panthers will have it 3rd down and 1 at midfield. I believe that'll be Charles Dade that will check in at tailback behind Hill. Mott still their fullback. Clock will wind. 6:54 and counting here in the 4th quarter. There's a snap. Hill just takes that big frame and leans across. He'll get to the 47. Downs Law Firm first down. First and 10 for the Panthers. Yep. All right, that's Hill. It is Graham Chandler at tight end. Sometimes those jerseys make you guess.
It's hard to tell sometimes.
I formation. There's a snap. Give is to Brayton. He'll get to, or not to Brayton, to Christian. Woo. Up to the 46. Give him 2. 2nd down and 8. Clock goes under 6 minutes here in the Marion State Bank 4th quarter. Panther fans, you've been listening to the premier broadcast of Panther football brought to us by McDonald's. If you're listening on 92.3 FM, that radio broadcast made possible by Domino's Pizza of Sterlington. I formation for the Panthers again. There's a snap, quick toss back to Dade, trying to find some room. He'll dance a little bit. We'll get to about the 43, and we'll have a 3rd down and 5 upcoming.
Thought we had a pretty good pull there to start with, and then lost our feet a little bit on the edge.
Do want to say a special thank you again for our press box sponsor, Shawnuff Green. Your grass is always greener when you hire the Shawnuff Green team. Also, a special thank you to First Baptist Church Sterlington for sponsoring the food in the press box tonight. I know all the folks up here appreciated the little snack and are going to be able to survive till they make it home. Quick give is to Mott. He'll get to the 40, and we'll have a 4th down.
It looked like Austin wanted to pull that, but Christian didn't turn it loose.
Oh, the old school play calling right there. Give the call to the receiver and send him back in to tell everybody.
Yeah.
I like it. Oh, maybe not. Now Hill's going to tell
Barnett's still looking for the play.
Yep, they just told Barnett, never mind, we don't like that one. 4th down and 2 for the Panther offense. There's a snap. Counter pass, Hill rolls out, and he's going to keep it himself. And he's going to fight his way all the damn way inside the 30. Nice job there by the young freshman to pick up a Downs Law Firm 1st down at the 28-yard line. That's a big, long frame.
He is.
He can move.
He is a great runner. He played for us in basketball last year at the middle school. He moves really well for such a tall guy.
Rumor has it his dad was quite the athlete.
That's what I hear.
I heard he was a softball, slow pitch softball phenom is what I was told about Dennis.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I formation for the Panthers. There's a snap. He'll give it to Mott. Mott still rumbling, jumps over a man. And he's down inside the 5 all the way to the 4-yard line. Downs Law Firm, 1st down.
Great run by Mott right there. Broke some tackles.
Panthers are in the Ron Bush State Farm red zone again. Clock continues to wind. Yeah, Mott, nice job there. Panthers will break the huddle. 2:50 on the clock. Hill under center. There's a snap. He'll give it to Mott again, who continues to fight his way.
They're going to call him short.
I think they're going to say he's just short of the goal line. Got to be at about the 3-inch line, and we'll have 2nd down and goal.
About as close as you could be without being a touchdown.
Well, he was laying on top of everybody, and the call just seemed to be rolling. Yeah, it's pretty close there. It's well inside the 1-yard line. Nice young push by those young offensive linemen up front. I believe I see big Trey Shepard there on the left side. 52 should be Braxton Mahoney as well.
Yep, got a flag. There's still 24 seconds.
Yeah, a little confused there. I'm not sure what. Might have had a play clock malfunction.
Maybe.
I'm not sure.
Because there were still 24 seconds on the clock when he threw it.
So that'll back it up to the 5. I formation for the Panthers. 2nd down from just inside the 6-yard line. There's the snap. Hill keeps it, now pitches it back, and it's on the ground. I believe Dade's going to fall on it back at the 12, maybe the 13, and we'll have a 3rd down and goal from there.
We struggled a little bit with that handoff and when to pull it and when to keep it. I had a little issue with that a few minutes ago when Christian held on to it. I think Hill wanted to pull it, and I think right there left it in there a little too long.
Well, Panther fans, we are 50 seconds away from winding this one up. 3rd down and goal. As the Panthers huddle up, this will be the final play. And, well, no matter what, it's running clock. So this should be it. Got 5 seconds now on the play clock. There's the snap, and Hill will take the knee. And that's going to do it. Your final from the Dell Ashley Field here at Sterlington. Panthers 40, Rams 0. Panthers go 1-0 in district. And we'll head next week over to North Webster for their second district ball game. Panther fans, we will not have a coaches show on Tuesday night, but we'll have you a pre-recorded coaches show before the ball broadcast on Thursday night. We do want to remind you, next week his ball game is on Thursday night at North Webster. We'll have you a pregame show with Coach Doty at 6:15, and then William will be back in action with me at 6:45 to get you set for kickoff. Hope you have a great weekend. Jonathan, any final words?
Oh, man, I've enjoyed being up here. Thanks for having me. It's always good to be out here and be a Panther and get another victory.
Absolutely. Well, Panther fans, we hope you have a great weekend. If you're a student or a teacher, enjoy fall break next week. And as always, go Panthers.
Got a lot of stuff? We've got the space. With 2 convenient locations, let Ashley Storage keep your stuff safe. In Monroe and Sterlington, Ashley Storage is where our customers are treated like family.
Meet Dave. Dave has a problem. He has way too much stuff and not enough room to store it. As Dave searches, he comes across. Give us a call at ashlington.com.